All right, so we all ready here?
And without further ado, everybody, please give a warm, fastest first welcome to the one, the only, FocusSight.
Hello, everyone. This was a bit unexpected, but as always, I'm happy to do 06 on a Friday morning. Nothing better to do. I have been running the game for quite a long time now, and I was fortunate enough to actually run Silver's story this past Fastest Furs event summer showcase. And it was really fun, even if it was a bit of a rough run. I'm hoping this run will go better overall. Yeah, all stories is basically it's essentially the beat the game category. We're gonna do Sonic's story, then Shadow's, then Silver's, finishing with last story. About an average about 3 hours. That should be the estimate. I have with me commentating Labris. If you want to quickly introduce yourself.
I'm one of the newer runners, but I've done a lot of glitch hunting so far, so I should be able to explain some stuff. But yeah, I've been running Shadow and Silver myself, so this should be an interesting run to
Oh, for sure. I will preface this with the fact that every time I've seen to do an All Stories run in a marathon, it's gotten world record this year. I don't know if this will break that trick. If I can go for the hat trick, it'll be sick. But yeah, Last Story's actually been optimized a lot more recently, which has been pretty cool to see. And just to say, because unfortunately this is replacing Pods' run, Pods couldn't run Super Mario Galaxy 2, and I know people actually gave the incentive there for the perfect run. So I'm actually going to be doing a glitch exhibition at the end of this run for about 10 to 15 minutes, showing off a bunch of broken stuff you don't see in the run, which would be quite fun, I think.
Fun. I think it's fun.
Are we ready on time?
Just want to say one quick thing, that we do have a new donation that came in. $100 from Susan and Andre, I hope I get this right, Susan and Andre Leheroux, who says, "Keep up the good work, Firebird Lover." Thank you very much, Susan and Andre. Greatly appreciate for the $100.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I'm surprised how much we've raised. It's been really cool. But yeah, Pod's capture card, unfortunately, was just not cooperating. But I'm pretty sure we're going to get Pods on again for a showcase of their run once the capture card situation is done. Unfortunately, though, we just have, the show must go on with the marathon, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have some cool stuff happening. I'll explain more about what this run is like once we get into it, but yeah, if we're ready on time. It's on me? Okay, sweet. So I will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, what we're doing in Sonic 06 at the moment, this is all stories. Now, some of you may be familiar with a trick called Mission Select Glitch, or MSG. MSG just don't work like that. MSG is a no-go in this, unfortunately, because MSG doesn't hit the triggers that basically says, oh, last story unlocked, which essentially means we can't use that trick in a true all stories any percent run. There is a category called broken percent, which is broken. Essentially just makes a save that essentially is incompletable, but that's not what we're doing here. So we're still gonna be breaking the game, don't get me wrong. But it's just gonna be a different form of breaking. So we're basically gonna have to finish the final boss in each of the 3 stories and then finish last story. That doesn't mean we aren't going to skip things. We're going to skip quite a lot of stuff in 06. That's pretty much the hallmark of 06. Sonic is actually the most tightly knit story of them all. There's not really too much stuff that's done in Sonic's story to skip mandatory missions. Whereas in the other stories, there's a lot more of that sort of skipping. If you want to mention more about what makes each of the stories unique, Lab, feel free to.
I feel like Sonic has been definitely longer. There is one more level you have to go through than the others, and there is a bunch more load screens. So if you look at basically what he's loading into in Mission 1, this is typically about 1 minute and 50, 2 minutes RTO. Very simple mission. You just jump to the rings. Doesn't take that long. This allows for us.
Yeah, and essentially with Sonic's story, there is no way to skip any mission in at least the routing we have currently. Unfortunately, there's no such thing, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Yeah, for some reason, I think they just, to be honest, the entirety of Sonic Team Power is just this is the story most people are going to play. Let's make sure it's the most secure. That's what it feels like, though.
And it's pretty tightly knit. as far as like sequencing goes. So
Yeah.
that was about 2 minutes. I've been working on this timer because look at this.
Yeah, we're working on a load this timer because there's also load variation, unfortunately, which means people can have times that like vary by like a minute just on loads alone, which for RTA is significant. Yeah. But anyways, first stage of the run is Wave Ocean, and this is the first instance of a loop launch, which is a 360 exclusive glitch. I should also mention I'm running on the Xbox 360 version of the game. This allows me to download the game to my console, and it saves about 5 to 10 seconds per load, compared to the PS3 or not installing the game at all. So the PS3 version is pretty much useless in terms of RTA running.
Among other oddities.
Yeah. The loops on PS3, for instance, don't have homing attack triggers, so this trick is impossible there. I am going to go for it. I'm going to go for Cave Skip first, which is a harder version of the loop launch. And I'm going to try for it again, though. So this is a harder version, which will take us further into the stage. Essentially, a loop launch is a version of a homing attack whiff. And that was fail. Oh well. Basically, the homing attack whiff is the perpetuation of a homing attack until you hit another bit of solid collision. If we do it from there and it worked well, which it didn't, we can get really far into the stage. I'm going to pause buffer one here to get into a different point of the stage, still saving a bunch of time, but not as much as before. That was the really good one as well for that setup. But yeah, that's essentially what a loop launch is, and they're finicky to get starting with because it's all dependent upon angle and how Sonic essentially moves. There's a very similar version of this trick we'll see in Blaze, with Blaze and Silver Story, but Blaze actually has a different homing attack sort of like arc than Sonic, and so the way you position or align is very different. But yeah, oh, the game broken. Game very broken. Game big broken.
Big broken. That checkpoint on the bridge is usually big, about like a minute, so...
Yeah, getting anything to sub 30 is good, although, you know, reset, but it's fine. Sonic is very generous with lives, like, almost too generous. Now we have Tails. There's a slight manipulation exploit with Tails' flight mechanics. Tails can, essentially, as Tails, the game just basically registers hitting a ceiling if you hold A for long enough. So if you let go of A, your upward momentum will, like, stay for longer as it, like, then waits to go, how do I explain things? Essentially, I can hold A for a bit to rise into the air, then let go so that it keeps on rising me in the air with the regular momentum, and then I just fall back down, and then I can hold A again to lock my, to, like, set the ceiling again, and that allows me to fly for longer because, it resets my falling speed.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of, like, I'm gonna do nothing, so technically it's not gonna force the cap. Like, Speed 3 here. What he's doing is holding nothing as he light dashes, so that he actually does go even faster.
Yeah, so to explain that, essentially in this game, the control stick enforces a speed cap. So if you are able to do something like a light dash that actually makes the speed cap go, for instance, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna regret it. Oh, I got it! Yo, sick. So yeah, the speed cap in this game is pretty important to mention. In the Mach speeds, the light dash actually takes you faster than the game can normally allow you to run. So the strats in this stage are, don't hold anything, let the light dashes take you where they want to go, and then hold the stick again so you don't lose your speed. So that's what the different senses of speed are. If you don't have a light dash and are just walking with your arms basically full T-posing, that's speed 1. If you see blur on the sides and his arms are behind him, that's speed 2. If it's even more blurry, that's speed 3.
Too late, this is not bad at all.
Honestly, you guys think the loading is too long. It's not. To me, I'm used to this sort of loading. And hopefully we're being entertaining enough so that the loading doesn't matter.
I mean, I did the math. It's like 13, 14 minutes of loading through Sonic Story.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot of loading. It's about throughout the run, it's like 25%, but that's fine. That gives me reason to explain things. Like, for instance, syrup clips, which are coming up. So, normally here you're supposed to get a power up to do something, to like get and rescue a girl. We don't do that. We're gonna hit this mirror here, and then I'm gonna clip through like that. Nice. And then I'm gonna talk to her again. Because I've hit the Dusty Desert mirror, the game's like, oh, you've already hit the thing, so it instantly warps me to Dusty Desert because I've both hit the like requirement to unlock that mirror and also like talk to her at the same time. So it's like talk to her, mirror activates, I touched it, so it's like, oh, you touched it, go to Dusty Desert, or specifically Egg Cerberus. Now, I know you, Labris, you specifically, because you're mainly a Shadowrunner, have a particular vendetta against this doggo. Would you like to explain?
This dog is a giant piece of collision. It's not as bad in Sonic, because if you run into the statues at either end of the stage, you get 2 hits instead of 1. There's a bunch of other things. But basically, you have to grind up his tail, and then down the back.
In quick succession. So remember the whiffs that I was mentioning earlier? You can do them on the rails, and that's not what you want. You don't want that at all.
You can whiff onto the antenna, and that makes people really sad sometimes. Wait,
yeah, it sucks when it happens.
It sucks. I've done it practically. Just randomly. It sucks.
But no, this game is run on RTA for the moment. In-game time is not a feasible thing because A, not all areas have IGT, and B, there's literally a power-up as Sonic that you can get that literally slows down in-game time by half. So
yeah, Red Gem is, I mean, it slows down everything, but it includes the game timer, which is really stupid.
It is a bit funny, isn't it?
A little bit.
Anyways, now we get the first of the 2 princess stages in the game, and arguably they're my favorite stages in Sonic's story. Weirdly enough, because it's sort of a limited tech sort of situation. So you get a taste of Shadow's story here, because we're gonna homing attack a lot. That is the fastest form of movement in most instances as Elise and Sonic, and if you press RT here, you get to make a shield that lets you walk across sand and or water. They're the same thing in this game. We're gonna set up for a loop launch here. Just like the one in Wave of Ocean. Ooh, okay, I've survived. I'm a bit far away though. Ooh, I'm gonna just homing attack over and hopefully make it. I'll be fine. Cool.
Nice.
So yeah, the major things with the princess stages is essentially just how fast can you homing attack and what other things can you do. There's a harder version of that loop, a loop launch here, which basically takes me from that loop to the jump panels we're gonna hit here. It is so risky and not worth going for in RTA, because the other option is you die and waste the entire stage. This is also the
contrary to popular.
Sorry.
Anyways.
This is the first instance we get of an S rank manipulation. Essentially, in this stage, we want to avoid the S rank, and the one way you can do that is by losing rings. Rings give a lot of points in this game. They give 100 points per ring collected to the end, and 10 points for any rings that you just happen to collect in the stage. So by hitting the enemy at the very end there before we do that light dash trail, that allows us to avoid the S rank, which avoids a 5.5 second animation on this screen here, which saves time overall.
Yeah, it's incredibly useful. And it's not the only instance of result screen manipulation. We're going to see more later.
Yeah, for sure. It's insane what you can do with the result screen stuff in this game. I honestly, you'll see in Shadow's story. It's the very start.
After the level, it's crazy.
Anyways, I'm going to take off my headphones here. Lab, you can explain this if you want. I need to hear the game.
So, despite what people think about this, it's no use, take this kind of thing, it's actually very scripted. So, what he does is he always jumps at the very start of the fight, and that means he is tackleable because he cannot grab you while jumping. This is a bit of a somewhat botched fight, but
terrible.
This is the faster version.
That was terrible. I did that really badly. There is a faster version.
Yeah, you just keep going through that one too. But yeah, you basically bait him into either jumping or lifting things. And the faster version, I think, is lifting things.
Yeah, it's lifting thing. So the thing is, if you're you need to be like far away enough so that he does that version of that attack, but not too far so that he jumps. And I messed that up on the 3rd hit, and so I was just like, oh, where is he? Where is he? I don't want to be grabbed. And so that led to me like running around with it like a chicken with my head cut off.
Oh yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
I do that with Shadow as well because, but yeah, you'll see later.
Yeah. Anyways, this is a tradition in 06. This mission, Who is the Captain mission, this is a tradition. We have people guess the time for this. So in 06, this mission is less than 2 seconds on average. And in 06, the final frames are 00, 16, 33, 49, 66, and 83. So if you want to guess a time, feel free to. I don't want you to be scared, Tenant.
I have Oh yeah, sometimes you can attack the NPCs, and while they're reeling, you cannot talk to them.
Yeah, and that wastes
So
time.
I'm gonna guess 1366.
Well, you need to say it. It's like you need to say
Okay,
it
we
at
got
100.
two.
People are just saying the numbers. Whoops. It could end in
16, 66, 23, 33. It's all
So
coming
That's
in.
not what the times are. Oh no.
1.3 frames.
I explained it wrong.
So we got 3, 1, 1, 3, 66, a 33, and 2, 1, 3, 16.
1583. Okay. That's okay.
580. So I guess watch the dogs.
I mean, the thing is, yeah, it's like,
Because he
oops,
said
I actually didn't
83.
explain it right.
1583.
It's supposed to be like, that's the ending 2 digits. I meant to say, whoops.
He sort of got it.
Yeah,
Kinda.
let's go.
He's the closest. Copy, copy, copy.
Sonic, can you hear me?
Please copy.
Anyways, yeah, so this is just a bunch of missions in Sonic, a lot of good combat stuff. We're gonna buy that power upgrade that we didn't normally get here. Like the upgrade we skipped earlier, the anti-gravity. It's super useful for a few tricks in Sonic's story as well as combat. So if there's anything at this point in time that you want to say, Andy, feel free to. This is a good time for just donations or announcements if there are none.
Yeah, we just got one donation that just popped up just now from. Hopefully, I can get this name right. If I get it wrong, I deeply apologize. Empor, the
Empor,
trunk.
yep.
Empor, there we go. Donates $10 and says, "Please read this in the absolute dumbest voice you can possibly muster." So my voice now, perfect. I'm already set. But all right, let me try this. More like Trunk's lifeline.
Why, Empor? I know you're a tapir, but why? You didn't have to do that.
He really didn't.
But for charity.
It's for a cause, right? Right?
Yeah, please do donate. Trans Lifeline is a wonderful organization, and I'm so glad that we're getting to support them. But yeah, as Sonic, for the moment, we don't have the bounce bracelet, so the fastest way of combat is essentially just to do homing attacks, and if they're on the ground like this, you can do the anti-gravity to get multiple hits. Or get hit, that's also cool.
Keep the leg. It is also more punishing to take a hit on the ground instead of in the air, because in the air you just sort of fall, which is abusable later.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot I'm actually should be streaming to Discord. Let me do that.
Yeah, I've been watching.
06 says load screens, so I'm able to do things in the middle of the load screens. It's pretty sick. I'm now live on Discord.
Perfect.
I'm just letting
These loads are especially slow today, actually. I thought I had a good chance of getting fast loads, what it looked like, but no, these loads are actually kind of bad. Is it working on Discord? By the way?
It's working.
Sweet,
Yep,
sweet.
can see it fine.
So yeah, these missions, while the mirror is in this area and you could clip to get into it, the issue is that the mirror itself is not active. So there's like a distinction between mirrors that are active and inactive that we make. Sonic's story is like, again, the most tight-knit of all the stories for some reason. Like, no mirrors are active early. You have to defeat you have to do all the missions. Meanwhile, in Silver's story, there are 7 normally required missions. Yes, 7, and we do 2 of them.
I do 5 of them, but that's just focus.
Yeah, you skip a lot there.
Yeah, you do.
Anyways, open the cave gate. So this is another instance of like really neat combat. You can like spin dash into that enemy. The weirdest thing about mission 12 here though is that it's really oddly like difficult to explain what time you'll get. It's dependent on factors we don't really understand. And so sometimes it's just like 18, sometimes it's like 17, sometimes it's like 19, and you did the same thing all 3 times, and you're just like, well, good video game.
That was incredible.
It's a very hard thing to explain, and we just don't really understand it, but there are ways to get 17s most of the time. It's just not all the time. And now we're going to go on to the first of 2 snowboarding sections, which are back-to-back, actually. One in White Acropolis, one in Crisis City.
I love these sections. And by that, I hate these sections.
That's how everyone feels about snowboarding this game. So there's a few interesting things about snowboarding in 06, or just boarding, I guess. It's not a snowboard in the middle of the Fire City, but essentially, if you hold A, you're going to get more control over your character than if you didn't hold A, so Sonic won't get stuck as often if you hold A, so I'm holding A to get better control. Most people don't know that actually the bumpers in this game, the red right bumper, left bumper in 06, actually tilt the camera slightly, so I actually just hold forward and pretty much use the camera tilt to guide Sonic in most instances, which I think is really useful. I'm going to do the first speed cap glitch here, and I just messed it up. Whoops.
Yeah.
As long as I get Shara speed, it's all good. Got Shara speed. Okay, so essentially what's happening here, the speed cap glitch, I basically stopped the jump early. And what that does is the game's like, okay, you're supposed to jump, and essentially jumps in the snowboarding sections just give you a burst of speed. But because we never completed the jump, the burst of speed, that speed is now just my base board speed, which allows me to go really fast.
And if you hit the first one, he would have gone really fast. So if you have at least one speed cap, you don't actually have to jump there, which is mandatory otherwise.
So yeah, it's actually really, I might be looking like this is really controllable. It is almost uncontrollably fast.
Nope.
It is really hard. I'm going to try to do a breakout here at the start. If I hold A at the start, I should be able to break out. I was holding A before. So yeah, there's some interesting things with like input storage. We're going to see that more in Silver's story. Input storage is another important factor in 06, but I just did a clip out here. It's very cool. This gets me to the end of this section here. And is this physics jump going to be good enough?
I think so.
Nope. Okay, that's fine. So there's a thing we do called physics jump there. I mispositioned myself at the beginning, and so I wasn't able to actually get the consistent method where we use the height of that to get up into this area early, but that's still fine. And that is White Acropolis. Normally you're supposed to do the left there, play as Sonic, play as Tails, play as Sonic again. Nah.
Not here.
Essentially in 06, you pretty much just need the right speed, angle, and geometry, and you'll be able to clip through pretty much anything.
Yeah. Go pretty fast at the right angle, at the right thing. But wall.
And now I get on to Crisis City, which is I would say like the trademark stage of 06. It's honestly one of my least favorite stages in 06.
I mean,
I don't know why they put it into Generations. It's not a very fun stage, but
I mean, Silver, why? I get it. But anyways.
Yeah, so this is yet another instance of a speed cap glitch, although this one is a lot tighter, because in order to cancel the jump, I need to not jump I need to be at a certain position on a platform, hold back so I slow down slightly, and then hold forward again, so that I can not die. The first one's really easy. I can just literally jump and go early, and then it slides me on the platform like that. But I want the faster speed cap glitch, which is known as VSS speed, so I'm going to go to the side here, going to hold back and then forward, and I failed it. Try it one more time. You pretty much have to get it, though. It's a significant time save, about 30 seconds if you get it or not, and it's a quick reset.
Yeah.
How fast you get it actually does depend upon how much you slow down, though. So you don't want to slow down for too long, but you also don't want to fail it like that. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's really important also that you don't get hit, because Sonic just flies to the side and then you die. So you don't want to you can get hit by these enemies, they're fine, they're chill, but the potholes, no, you absolutely cannot. Also, because there's also no invincibility frames after. You get hit in the snowboarding sections if you just ram into a certain the Iblis worms. Sometimes they can hit you twice immediately and you die, which really sucks.
Cars are also notoriously for hitting you twice or more, as we'll see, in a very short period of time. It sucks.
But yeah, there's a nice little cool thing I'm gonna hopefully get here, which is a rail shoot back. Just gonna. There we go. Simple as that.
Got it. Got our Shadow.
We don't really know why that happens still. I don't think.
Yeah, Shadow cannot do that.
Yeah, Sonic's homing attack has unique properties compared to Shadow's. I'm just gonna hit the spring so I don't die.
Yeah.
It's faster to actually jump off the spring and then do stuff, but nah, I'm lazy. This is a very automated section of the stage. I'm gonna do a small jump here though. Okay, good. Will you let me? Thank you.
And that is called clench jump. High clench.
Yeah, it's a tight jump to make. Remember we were saying about lives? Oh, I wonder what. What are all these 1-ups? I don't know. They're just everywhere in Sonic's story. You get so many of them.
Especially in Crisis City, like both Sonic and Shadow, because they basically go through the same first 2 sections. They're just everywhere. Do I know why? No. Do I accept it? Absolutely.
But yeah, so Sonic is honestly the more movement-heavy one at this point, because Shadow has had a lot of stuff found that is a lot more like glitch-heavy than I think Sonic's is.
Yeah,
Sonic, I would say, is the movement-heavy. Why'd I found the other strat here. Why am I doing this one? I was so all silver, all gold medals mode engaged.
Like, yeah, it's like you found the time skip.
Yeah, I found the time sleeve. If you hit the spring at the bottom there and then hit into that section, it's faster. But I was just like, oh, this is not all gold medals. For reference, I've run the 100% category of this game, which is the 180 gold medals, the equivalent of like what's it? Like all emblems in the adventure titles. Previous world record was 10 hours and 58 minutes. I got it down to 7 hours 53, but even then, it's 7 hours and 53 minutes. It's a really, honestly, the all gold medals categories are super cool. They are a very unique take compared to no MSG. So basically, I should also mention, yeah, so essentially, we've already mentioned why we're not doing it while we're not doing MSG. Essentially, what All Stories is essentially all the no MSG categories in a row, plus last story, any %.
Yeah.
Focus pipe. It's my pipe. I found it.
It is his pipe.
So like the, there's any % for each of the categories. In Sonic and Silver, it cuts like 75% off of what you'd normally play.
Right,
in Shadow, it's pretty much the exact same as no MSG, except you skip 2 stages, which isn't that significant, and so it's the least run of the any %.
Yeah, my version's fast. Dusty Desert, it's like, whatever. So, like, you save, like, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
For each Shadow, any % versus MSG.
Which isn't significant compared to the several minutes, or, you know, like half an hour you save in the other ones.
Usually where you get hit by that pipe, you can press X just to sort of yoink himself up there and like that.
Sometimes it doesn't work though, because game be like that. But yeah, I've been using speed 3 this entire time pretty much, where basically I don't hold anything. Okay, I'm gonna avoid getting hit again, because if I get hit again I'll die. I can actually hit myself onto the wall though and still finish the stage, and that will reduce the lag on the screen, but it's risky to do, because sometimes you just miss the gold ring trigger altogether.
Yeah, it used to be a strat, like, I don't know, a couple years ago, that people did all the time.
No, I didn't think people did it all the time. I was just the one who suggested doing it.
I mean,
and it really wasn't done.
It was badman.
Yeah. Hope everyone's having a lovely morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it may be for you. It's been a good bit of 06 so far, although I think the best is yet to come. I'm a Silver advocate through and through. Silver is the most jaw-dropping run. I'd say Sonic at a high level is also really impressive. I'm not at a high level for Sonic. I'm okay. I'm a good runner of Sonic.
You're close. You're close.
I'm going to hold A here to jump out and do the breakout, hopefully, please. I've tried it twice. There we go. So I can then use the light dash trail to break the speed cap and go around there faster. So there's like a 1 frame like window-ish where like if you like hold a certain input on the pause screen, or if you hold an input going into a load screen and then like do that same input, like let go of that input later. Ooh. If you let go of that input later, you can then do it first frame. This allows us to do some skips in certain areas later. Yeah, Flame Core. This is my least favorite stage. This stage is, oh god.
Our least favorite stage.
Yes, thank you for being the one other person who also doesn't like this stage. I'm so glad that I'm not the only one.
All 3 of the Hedgehogs. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Not a very good stage. This is because of a few things, which you'll see later at the end of this section. There is an automated section that can kill you, and it takes no prisoners.
Just on a certain day, if it feels like killing you, it will kill you.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get that here, though. We call that getting puffed. Yeah, so combat as Sonic, really, at this point, is still limited to your spin dash, your anti-gravity, thank you, and your homing attack. We're going to get more options for Sonic combat later, which are going to be really cool. Like, we're going to get the white gem, we're going to get the bounce bracelet, and these also really improve Sonic combat. I'm going to jump over here and get hit by this. So I can do this, get invincibility frames to here, and then I'm gonna... This is what they are. These Cocoa Puffs as we call them, the meteors, they're random. And you see this section here, hitting this thing, you can get hit by them here. Fortunately, we weren't, but like it's really scary.
They actually spawn more out of the volcano in Shadow than they do Sonic and Silver. So, yeah, it's wonderful. They're all ranked, yes.
So there's this nice little thing I can do here if I get it right.
Right.
I can just homing attack that rail. It's very finicky because Sonic, like the game wants to like lock in on certain things sometimes, but it's also like, no, what's locking in? So this is why we like the anti-gravity as well. If you hold the anti-gravity on a wall that is like vertical, the game's like, oh, you're horizontal now. Oh, you just get to go through. Very neat. And that saves time from having to go around and hit some enemies. And now we're gonna play as Knuckles. Hey, Knuckles. So Knuckles is and a kid now. I don't know why I had to say that. But Knuckles here. There's a normal section here. You have to hit all these lights to then unlock a path for Sonic to get through, which that makes sense. Game design. Instead, there's this nice little wall up here. We're gonna do a jump clip. Again, wonderfully programmed video game. I'm gonna get hit here. Oh, am I gonna get hit? So I avoid the S rank and also fall faster technically. And now we're here in the results screen. This is the first instance of something known as results breakout. The reason why this occurs is I played as a character, I swapped characters in the final section, then didn't hit a checkpoint. It allows you to play on the results screen. Keep this in mind. It's a very important trick for later on in the run. It always happens there.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Absolutely, this is the longest boss of the rush. So go ahead and mention like a few donations actually, or just announcements as well, because this is a 2-minute boss.
Okay, yeah. So we got a $10 donation from Turnip Core, who says, "Good luck, Focus."
I need it. You can mention. Actually, I'll quickly just mention what this boss is. This is Iblis Phase 2, Bobby Iblis, Babby Devil Worm. This is a strat known as Fast Iblis. If I need to do this 3 times in a row. Essentially, Iblis, we're supposed to hit these like purple orbs to light things up. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to wait for Iblis to like shine a little bit, and then we're going to fall off this platform. Then I'm going to align with this platform, spin dash, spin kick, and I failed it, so I'm going to try it again. This allows me to hit him in the eye. Which allows us to not have to hit the orbs, and so we just do this until we get it. Unfortunately, if you fail it, it wastes 30 seconds, and if you get it all 3 times, it only saves 10, but it's always worth going for. So if you have any other announcements or donations, feel free to talk them through, Andy.
Just looking, we don't have any new donations at this time, but for announcements, just to let you all know that Fastest First Full Festival is raising money for Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline's hotline is a peer support service run by trans people for trans and questioning callers. Their operators are located all across the United States and Canada and are all trans identified. If you're in crisis or just need someone to talk to, please visit www.translifeline.org/hotline to learn how you can connect. And also, just to let you know, all weekend long, your donations to Trans Lifeline get you entered to win prizes offered by our runners, hosts, and other members of Fastest First community. When donating, please be sure to include your Twitch username so we can easily identify you. And for the prize drawing, use the command !prizes in chat to see a full prize list. And everyone in chat is shouting out orb.
Orb, yeah, we've ignored the orb. We're going to hit the orb eventually. I promise. Orb will make an appearance soon. This is the last hit. Hopefully I get this. Well, the last hit before orb. Oh, that was very tight, that kick. If I kicked any earlier, I would have actually died. So we abuse invincibility frames to do this trick. And so if you mess up a slight bit, that could ruin everything. But we are gaming. We're gaming. And so essentially that's the end of Fast Iblis. Now we just have to hit the orb. Sonic when he kicks has invincibility frames actually, so like, very cool. Heroes never look at explosions. And so essentially we abuse that every time to stay on the lava, even if we actually didn't have invincibility frames, which is kind of neat. We do this again in Shadow's story, pretty much the exact same boss fight. Although it's easier for Shadow because Shadow has a tornado kick, which is done from a stable position, and you can pretty much time Iblis's hit every time, which makes it a heck of a lot easier.
Sonic, it's coming!
And this is the final hit for Iblis too, and once we're done here, we're done Iblis. for this story at least. We get Iblis Phase 2 again for Shadow, and we get Iblis Phase 1 and 3 in Silver. I hope everyone's been having a good time so far, though. Oh, it seems like Labras left. Oop, that's not good. I still got you, Andy. We're all good.
He's still got me. He's still got me. Labras has to temporarily leave Discord and come back. He's just switching computers.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna do a really silly clip in the next bit. This one's really risky. It saves only a few seconds if you even get it first try, and I'm gonna do it because apparently I'm really good at it. People have told me. Welcome back, Lab.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to change.
Oh, you're all good. I mean, you really think it would be an issue with all the load screens, dude?
Yeah.
You have a lot of time. I have done math homework in the middle of Sonic 06. I have called family members in the middle of Sonic 06. I have had entire conversations with my boyfriend via text in the middle of Sonic 06. You could do a lot during 06.
Yeah.
You could probably have a good night's sleep while playing Sonic 06.
No, I am active still. I if you would count micro sleep, then maybe, but not like your traditional idea of a good night's sleep. So I'm just gonna align here, and then just ram my face into it, and hopefully I'll get clipped through.
This is one of the clips I don't understand.
There we go. So basically why this works is the homing attack like clips us through for a temporary amount of time, and the bounce bracelet then locks our like position in like 2 dimensions. So essentially it just like stays where you are and then goes down or up, so like that plane, but it keeps the other ones. So if we're aligned at the right angle and homing attack at the right time and then bounce bracelet right after, we're able to then just clip through that wall. Pretty neat. So, yeah, there is... Radical Train is actually one of the more automated stages, interestingly enough, for Sonic.
For Sonic?
Yeah, I would say for Silver, no. Yeah, we're gonna need to save a train, a passenger train here, and so we are just hitting the switches to explode it. The purpose of Radical Train is different in each of the stories, interestingly enough. For Sonic, it's rescue the people. Yeah, you need to do that, Sonic. For Shadow, it's destroy Dr. Eggman's train. Okay, cool. For Silver, what train? There's no train in Silver Radical Train that has any consequence, which is really funny to me. I'm like, why would you call it Radical Train? There's no train.
I mean...
It's in the same area, but there is no train.
Radical
Train is not an integral part of Silver Radical Train, which it is in every other story, so it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Radical Hedgehog chase? I don't know.
Nah.
Radical Train Zone?
No, neither of those work.
Radical Hog?
Radical Hog? I suppose. It's a cool trick. You're going to see what we're going to do in that once we get to Silver story. I don't want to spoil it.
Very Sonic Riders, but...
Oh, yes. It's like Sonic Riders 2. Yeah, you can just spin dash through this door because that's enough speed, and that collision there is really finicky.
I really like that Sonic Riders DLC.
Honestly, most people are focusing on the loading right now. I don't want to focus on the loading. The game loads a lot, yes, but there's a lot of cool stuff that's in between, honestly. We're going to see more in a Sonic story later, which is about, like, with the gems. The gems are probably the most broken thing in Sonic 06. That, like, is, like, technically intended.
Nice ramp skill.
So yeah, there's a nice little ramp skill I can do there by... The issue with the Mach speeds as well, you might see me jumping, there is no airborne control of Sonic when he jumps. So essentially, I am locked into a position as soon as Sonic jumps, and I can't maneuver myself in midair. So I had to, like, get hit and then use the slower speed I would have to then, like, align Sonic with the train like that.
Although there isn't an issue, and that was S-rank manipulations, as was mentioned earlier.
Yeah, so we're going to avoid the S-rank by doing that. And now comes one of the cooler boss strats. I'm going to try for it. It's a triple cycle, Egg Genesis. So Egg Genesis normally, a lot of people don't realize that this boss is actually not supposed to be it's supposed to be fought in a certain way. You're actually supposed to you're supposed to get to the head of the boss and then bounce brace it 3 times. But weirdly enough, also as well, at the bottom, they actually maintain the same weakness that actually Silver's version of the boss has, which is the orange underbelly. And you can still hit that for damage as Sonic. That's not the way it's intended to work, but so many people casually actually fight the boss that way, which is really interesting. So this is a rock launch at first. I'm going to just get these rings, and then I'm going to hopefully... Nope, let's try that again. So this is physics engine fun with a PH.
Let's see what you can do.
Can I get out? Can I? Where am I? Okay, I'm stuck in the thing. Very cool. Sonic 06 moment.
Let's see what you can do.
So yeah, rock launches, you'll see similar.
Oh, this game is not giving me what I want. Just give me a second, Lab. Sorry.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a good rock launch. So now once I'm here, I'm gonna stand in this area. Gonna jump so I don't get hit by those missiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This is RNG manip, so I always get hit, and I always have rings with me. I'm gonna then get onto the top of here and wait until 17. Bounce space it once. Land. Ground space again, and we got triple cycle.
Yeah.
That skips 3 cycles of the boss in really quick time. I'm gonna try for IL Rock as well, so I can do another rock launch on here to get to the top again. Yo! No way!
That was amazing. Oh my goodness.
There's no way I got that. Oh my god.
Good save. Good save. Or is that how IL works?
Kind of? I don't think it's supposed to work like that, but that's insanely good. If I didn't fail it 3 times at the start, that would have been a gold for me. 54.
I'm screen capping that. GG.
Oh my god, that's the first time I've gotten IL Rock in a run for Sonic.
I'm just in awe by that. Like, holy heck.
Yeah, 06 is a cool speed game. I was trying. It's a slow start sometimes, but when it gets going, it gets going.
Woo!
That still is a gold for me in all stories, though, which is cool. I don't think that would be my gold in Sonic, though, for No Mischief standalone. I'm genuinely shocked.
Chat, can we get some poggers in the chat for that? Because that was just simply
for reference,
amazing.
I didn't practice that boss before I did this. And so getting that, even if it was after a few attempts, is still amazing. So now we get the Flower of Doom, potentially.
The Thing.
We should be calling it. It's called The Thing, is it? The Thing.
Yeah, like, if you don't get it, it's The Thing.
Yeah, The Thing.
That's what happens to you.
So there's a frame perfect trick here that is not good for you. It's very dangerous to get. I'm also trying to limit my ring collection amount because I can avoid an A rank if I just don't collect enough rings, although it's not looking like I'm gonna... we'll see. I'm just trying to avoid rings. Oh, I got hit by Mushroom, though. That's important.
Bonk.
So these flowers, they act like springs, but only if you hit them at certain times. There's this one here, which if you hit too early... I'm gonna do it again.
Is that the thing?
Nope, I just missed the window.
Okay.
Come on. And I can't jump off this now.
Nice.
I guess we're doing this semi-normally. That is the first time I've ever failed it like that, but it's fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, normally you're supposed to get up into that area, and then... This is weird. Normally you're supposed to get up into that area by hitting the thing, but sometimes if you, like, jump just a bit too early, what will happen is the game will then lock you. It will lock your position, and it will allow you not to jump. Yeah, that was pretty slow. Cool. But, it then requires a reset because you're stuck. It's not a soft lock, but essentially you're stuck in a certain position, and there's no way you can escape from like the out of bounds area you're in without restarting the level. So,
what should we start calling those? Like plushie locks?
I don't know.
They're
Flower of Doom.
other locks.
It's just I don't know how to explain it.
It's not a complete soft lock. But...
absolutely not, because it's not a soft lock. Gonna do another one of those anti-gravity clips here. So I'm just... Sonic is walking! Cool. I don't want him walking anymore. Fall, please. Cool. I see the blur, I then turn right, and then I'm gonna land on a dash pad, I hope. Yeah. And that's the end of the first section.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the flower was not what we expected it to be, but I think anticipation of the flower made me scared of the flower.
Yeah, the thing does things to people.
So yeah, this section, funny enough, there's a strat on emulator, because there's a emulator Xenia, where actually you can do a different routing here, and it's faster, because Xenia basically doesn't lag. But in order to avoid lag, I'm holding down the camera, which is holding down the right stick, and I'm doing that to essentially just reduce the lag amount, and this is the route we take. But there's actually not an above ground, but like a more standard route that actually is faster if you had lagless, but it's not like that, unfortunately. Is this an S rank? No, yeah, good.
No. I do run on emulator. That's actually how I got started. I did a couple runs on console. They were an experience.
Yeah, so for people who started on emulator, it's very hard to get used to the quote-unquote slower load times.
Yeah, that's the only thing you really have to get used to. Aside from the occasional frame rate drops from, like, explosions and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's rare, and usually it doesn't matter while you're moving.
For sure. Coming up here, this is another reason why Sonic is the longest story of the main three. Sonic is the only story to actually... So every story actually has their own extra stage, which is played as a Amigo character. In Sonic's story, though, it's a revisit. It's the only extra stage that actually is a revisit. So, like, the other characters play 8 main stages, and the extra stage is the 9th stage they wouldn't have played as themselves. Whereas in Sonic, you go through all 9 major stages: Wave Ocean, Dusty Desert, White Acropolis, Crisis City, Flame Core, Radical Train, Aquatic, Tropical Jungle, Kingdom Valley, Aquatic Base, and then you repeat Wave Ocean. Whereas in every other story, the extra stage is the 9th unplayed stage. So there is essentially a Wave Ocean sized repetition bit. But there's this little neat thing is Tails. We're going to abuse the automation there, essentially to let Tails carry over his speed into his flight. You need to align yourself in a particular way there in order to basically just perpetuate your speed on the loop that way. We're going to get White Pole. I got White Pole. That's epic. Saves maybe less than a second, if even.
Neat though.
It's really it's a cool trick because it's small area.
There goes that second.
It's fine.
It's fine.
As Tails, though, essentially it's the same move I mentioned before. Flight manipulation really important. Knowing how there actually was supposed to be a gauge according to the manual of a flight gauge. But it doesn't show in the game, and so you just sort of have to know, like, okay, Tails is about to get tired, like, probably like a bit of it after, like, here? No, okay, actually it was more energy than I expected from my Fox today. So yeah, flight cap manipulations are pretty much prime here. We're going to do that again here. And A again. You can see that it, like, resets the ceiling. And then I can just do that again to get on top of here, and fly into the goal ring.
19 isn't bad.
Absolutely not. It's pretty good. Considering that was a no reset as well. Like, no restarting or anything.
I have on record it's like, what, 110?
110.
Change? Yeah. So yeah, that's really good. Still.
And now we're going to get on to the trials. We're going to see these again kind of later. You won't see them, but we're going to mention the trials again. So in both Sonic's story and Silver's story, they both have to get into Kingdom Valley by accessing some ancient trials and stuff. In Sonic's story...
But...
Sonic, yeah, we're gonna get to that lab. In Sonic's story, it's the mirror is inactive until after the second mission, and there's no way to get on top of the tower in time to hit the Kingdom Valley mirror at that point. Is Silver, we're gonna see it later. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but we're gonna buy some gems here. I'm gonna buy the blue gem. That's gonna be it.
The Zoomy gem.
So this gem gives us a burst of speed. I didn't get bishoped. That's good. You either get bishoped or you get lieutenanted, or I guess captained, and you're just like, yep, it's going to be one of those two, where the NPC's just like, I'm going to roll out of the way, and then I can talk to you. It sometimes happens if Sonic's walks, which I find is funny. It's like I also call that bishop the Pope. So like the Pope just sometimes is like, Sonic is walking towards me, I better barrel roll the other direction.
It's hilarious, but in
We're
quite
about
the wrong
15 minutes away from the Sonic leg, the end of the Sonic leg of the run. 15, 16 minutes. So the missions here, this is the test of intelligence. It's supposed to go through a bunch of portals. I'm going to take the safer strat, which is not doing the portals. And just going over to here. Bounce braceting and homing attack in the spring. Then jumping across these panels. It is actually slightly faster to complete the stage normally, as we found out by complete accident. When Nick and Flub, two of the most prolific Sonic story runners, both were like routing out glitchless, which yes, glitchless is a category in this game. Should really be called limited text selection, but
that was incredible.
Given the nature of the game, yeah.
But essentially, yeah, it's actually slightly faster by like a second or two if you go through the portals in the intended order, then skip the final spring to get onto the second to last jump panel instead, which is kind of neat.
Wait, so you're supposed to do this as intended, and that was all of our thought process.
Yeah. so now we're on to mission 19, and this is the mission I need to concentrate for, because this mission, it's the most infamous one. It essentially is a enemy fighting mission where you have no rings, which means if you get hit once, it's over, and you then have to talk to the NPC again, go back to the hub world, then talk to the NPC again to get back in, talk to him again to then figure out what the instructions were, and then you get another chance. So it's really important that I concentrate here, so I'm just gonna be as I combat myself. And didn't get white bounce, so that's okay. So there's like a skip you can do there, similar jump panel skip, but unfortunately I missed it, so I'm just gonna hit the spring. It saves like a second or two, and if you fail it, obviously it saves more. It loses more, but you know, it's a marathon. We're gonna have fun here.
Fun. Wait,
this is one of the scary enemies I find. This boy. Got him. Okay. I'm gonna. You want to get close to those blue ones, because otherwise if they're far away, they're going to shoot, like, basically a homing missile, and that's not cool.
The most homing missile. Like, missiles are homing, sure, but those, like, plasma shots, they're really homing.
Yeah, very, very concerning. So we got through it in one go. That's ideal.
That's ideal. It's a 50, that's good.
Mm-hmm. And then we get on to the final one. So, I'm going to spin you all a yarn. This is the only way that you can date in the modern era. If you ever want to have a chance at love, you must talk to a priest, like this one, who has the coolest rainbow like glinted jacket ever. I didn't realize there was like a glint of the jacket that's rainbow. That's sick.
Press 1 for Amy, press 2 for Elise.
Yeah, so basically we then talk to a bishop, wait, talk to a bishop, wait. We're gonna go through a blue portal to talk to my true love.
The question is, who is your true love?
I'm gonna go for Amy because it's technically easier.
Yep.
So,
ironically, you have IL world record with Elise. You have type.
No, I don't.
Not anymore?
I don't think it's with Elise. I think I had it with Amy, and then Liam had it with Elise.
Yeah, someone else had it with Elise.
Yeah, the IL world record for this individual level is a tie, but with completely different paths. One person going to Amy, one person going to Elise, and it's the same exact time, 1:108. Which is kind of funny.
It's interesting.
Yeah, we're getting we're getting All Stories Deluxe. We're getting All Stories from SA1 and what is SA3? Haha, I said it. Oh boy, I said it.
Yeah, you said
This game is SA3. It really just is.
If you think about it, it's SA1 with Shadow and Silver.
This is hurting me when you're
saying
that.
Don't at me. Either of us.
Anyways, Kingdom Valley. So now we have the blue gem. The blue gem, you see that bar at the bottom, though? That bar at the bottom was supposed to limit the gem usage. It doesn't, because of a single typo in the game. So we can use the gems as much as we'd like, which is really broken.
It's surprising how much, like... It's not just this, but as a glitch hunter, I get to like look at things that are not meant to be seen by human eyes.
Got Shower Rope too, that's sick.
Nice.
That's a bit of a harder strat there, using basically the edge of the homing attack range to hit onto something. So, yeah, you get to see a lot more of the Sonic tech in the late game, because you then get like gems, you get a lot of cool storage stuff, and it's really neat. I'm gonna go for Eagle Skip here, but I haven't practiced. There's normally an Eagle here. You can like run on this, then wait, homing attack after, and then go to there.
Nice. Got it. So yeah, the thing is, the loading triggers are boxes. They don't change. They're always boxes. And they are always boxes that you can make contact with. No matter how. Like, when you're on an Eagle, you are physically there. When you are dead for the next 3 seconds, you are physically there. So you can do things like that. Because the box didn't move.
Yeah, so the box didn't move. It's not the Eagle that's triggering that box. It's literally just, hey, you touched the loading zone. Pretty sick. Very cool.
And that's how every loading zone in the game works. Oh yeah, and
So,
you're
yeah.
supposed to
Also,
play Silver there.
Yeah, you're supposed to play as Silver. We don't play as Silver yet because Silver's not like the all-powerful god he'll become as a 14-year-old, like a kinetic hedgehog would be. So we play as Sonic. We then can just there's no invisible walls in this version. Oddly enough, there are invisible walls in hard mode. So you can just jump around and then go to that area where it's the load zone to then activate Sonic, and then you can activate Sonic as Sonic. Pretty sick. This game is not RNG based, to be honest. There is very little RNG in Sonic's story. There a few bosses are RNG, and that's about it.
Cerberus.
That's what I'm saying. Cerberus is the biggest thing, and also it was 3, of course, at the end of Silver. But
it was 2 technically, but that's like 2 seconds this cycle sometime.
Yeah,
it's not big.
It's not big RNG game. The other game I'm running for this marathon, X7, which will be on one of the closing games, like that is a bit more RNG dependent.
I've seen the run. I've heard it's like a lot of RNG manipulation through bosses, at least.
Yeah, there is some RNG manipulation, but other times there just isn't. And so you just got to deal with what cards you're given, you know? So 06 actually isn't that RNG based.
Thank God.
It does have a lot of frame perfect stuff in Silver's story, though, which we're going to get to.
I don't want to say absurd, but it's quite a lot.
It is a lot. I'm going to be giving you guys an essay, basically. Because we actually, since Fastest First Summer Showcase back in June, a whole new trick was discovered, which is huge. It's known as Telethrone. We'll get to it. It is really crazy.
And it's probably lowered the potential floor for Silver by at least 4 minutes.
Yeah, like for sure. It's crazy. Also, okay. I was gonna say I'm gonna be risky. I'm not gonna be risky. I'm just gonna spin dash down these steps. You can blue gem, but if you bonk once, you can't escape the falling stairs, and you're dead. So I don't want that.
Stairs are lethal. We'll see you later.
Yeah, there's another little nice thing here, similar to the speed cap thing. I'm just going to spin dash towards this door. I'm going to mash the blue gem, and then it bonks me through into there. This is a very good Kingdom Valley.
Yeah.
This is, like, super clean. Nick would be proud of me, I think.
Wait, let me see. What was your S3?
That's what's 3 hours for the...
what was your section 3? Oh,
246.
This is good.
Yep, as long as I don't mess up the Mach speed. So the Mach speed has some cool jump platform skips. So I'm just gonna like, nope, not gonna hit that thing. Oh, yeah, it's a bit slow. It's fine. You can keep your speed if you do it well. So this is honestly the stage that has the least speed 3 manipulation, I'd argue.
Yeah, because you do have to move directions.
Yeah, you have to move directions onto the wall, but I can like jump onto this and then keep speed 3 and then like hold it again. Can I get a 1-up, please? Thank you. There you go. Yeah, pretty solid Kingdom Valley, actually. This will be like a 330 something. Yeah,
that is not bad.
Yeah, Sonic is arguably the story I'm weakest at, which is why I'm gonna go back to it and do like attempts at it again. I used to have a world record for this story alone, though. Yo, sub 340. That is really good for me. That is so good.
Nice. 339.
Just ate it.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
That is not bad at all.
That is crazy. That is just.
When's the last time you did a KV? Like the last All Stories one you did?
I don't know, but it's beating that. I think it was a 343. That was a gold. That's probably a gold for Sonic as well, like the no main OMSG category.
Yeah, mid.
That's hype.
Very well mid. Hype.
So yeah, last stage of the game of Sonic's story is Aquatic Base, which is really the most broken.
Wait, Mach speed section. Mach speed sessions are used like 45 seconds or so.
Yeah.
Wait, you got a 256 going into
It was
Mach
a bit
speed.
slow. It was a slow Mach speed, but that's fine.
And your world
record. I analyze it though.
If
I want to talk more about bells.
Yeah, I'll game you.
Yeah, so bells here. In order to unlock Aquatic Base, you need to hit these bells. We're gonna do a lot of interesting strats using Blue Gem. The concern is NPCs around you, who just might make you bonk. And if you bonk, if you try to Blue Gem again, you actually won't get like the game will then make you walk abysmally slow. So I'm trying my best not to bonk on things. Remember that I mentioned earlier that the kick gives you invincibility frames that will also prevent you from bonking. So I'm gonna then homing attack over here. I'm gonna jump over to here, Blue Gem down. Very cool. I'm gonna get this sky gem, the white gem, and the purple gem. The purple gem is not used in Sonic's story itself, but it is used in Silver's story as Sonic. So one of the reasons why we do Sonic's story first as well and in full, not only because it's the first full story, but also because sick. That was a good throw.
Very nice.
It's also because we want to use the gems in Silver's story as Sonic to skip some stuff. So yeah, this is the major instance of how absolutely incredible gem strats are. So I'm going to go with the blue gem, and we got this white gem here. This white gem used to be completely useless. It basically buffers a homing attack, but with special animations. But with the Serb clips we did, which were frame perfect, that means we can then just get the frame perfect Serb clips every single time.
It's quite incredible. Shadow has a similar trick, but you need to pause. Usually.
Yeah, there are other ways, but yeah.
Other forbidden ways, but yes.
So as Sonic, we can then really quickly swap to the white gem, jump, hold RT, and then like do that trick every time, which is really cool. I'm now gonna skip a bunch of the stage right here. I'm gonna hit the Sky Gem to get up here. Oh, try that again. Sky Gem to get up here. So the Sky Gem is a gem I can throw, and it will take me to wherever it lands, which includes through walls. And so now we're at the start of Shadows and Silver's section, and we're just gonna go back into here. I'm then gonna do that, and then I'm gonna... Normally supposed to play as Tails and do a bunch of puzzles here. I don't want that. I just want to have fast.
We solved that
Sky
puzzle
Gem
already.
over here. And finish the stage like that first section. So, yeah. Sonic is arguably the easiest story to get into, I would argue, as well. I would argue Sonic or Shadow are probably the two easiest stories to get into. Sonic is the most transferable, I think, from how Sonic plays casually, though. Silver is the least transferable.
Okay.
Silver's like learning an entire new language.
Yep.
So I recommend, I know Nick recommends doing Sonic Glitchless to start off with if you're interested in running 06. But also, if you're interested in running 06, please, 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 please get the 360 version.
Please.
Because it A, runs better, and B, is just faster in pretty much every aspect.
And C, you can do everything.
Yeah, there are no glitches that are used in the run that you cannot do. Although we do lose 5 seconds in Amy's mission in Silver's story.
Render distance.
Yeah.
Actually, we gain 5 seconds because Yes Jump doesn't exist in Shadow.
What?
Because of render
Really?
distance. You have to hit the trigger normally, or else that second bridge doesn't spawn.
That is interesting, okay. That's unrelated, though, what we're doing right now.
Yeah. Okay, so...
So, yeah, we have to go through Knuckles' section. I'm then gonna get stuck on the thing like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually don't need to defeat that enemy to actually get through here, but, you know, it's the easiest way out. I'm then gonna kick through here, then switch to white. Click through, and then blue gem down this hallway, trying not to get bonked or hit by spin kicking.
It should also be noted that spin kicking preserves whatever run speed you have during said spin kick.
And it's the blue gem speed, which is really fast. So yeah, we're almost done Sonic's story.
Wyvern.
So yeah, Wyvern, if you want to start off explaining what this is, what actually happens, Lab, as I set this up, feel free to.
This boss casually is about 5 minutes. This boss...
If you're really good and you know what you're doing, even casually, it's about 2.
But the way we do this boss is about 10-15 seconds, maybe faster.
So you want to explain what happens?
Normally, when you grab the horn as Wyvern, it starts going a lot of directions, and it sort of has a search range that is a giant box. If you are outside of that search range, when Wyvern thinks you're on the horn,
Go.
you basically just finish the level because apparently there's a dev trigger that just says...
I missed it, but this is still going to be the fast. So there's like a trigger up in the sky that I could hit. I was just too low with my Sky Gem. But as soon as this boss despawns, Sonic's story is over. And so we're just going to wait. It's unfortunate that I didn't get the faster version, but...
It's 25 because you used... Oh, no, 21. Nice.
And so that's the end of Sonic's story.
So yeah.
The faster strat, the strat normally that I was trying to do if I launch myself into the sky is like 5 seconds. 21 is actually slow. 5 seconds is the one you want. So
Yeah. Still, that's slower than like 49 seconds, which is the easiest way to do it.
skip it, yeah.
Yeah,
the easiest
but-
one. It was one of the first glitches also found in Sonic 06 as well, which makes it, you know.
And I don't
indicative.
think anyone has ever fully explained it until like me recently.
Mhm.
Because a lot of people have speculations. Like some people said dev trigger, some people said despawn. Like,
Something weird just happened. Okay. I don't know what that was.
Did you get
Fade out skip, maybe.
angry skip?
Don't call it angry skip. Okay. I need to concentrate now. Now we're on Shadow's story. So, Shadow, in comparison to Sonic, doesn't have as many movement options, but the movement option he has is pretty cool. I'm just gonna go for a cool strat that I haven't practiced.
Please no.
Hey guys, this is Brain Freeze. I'll be taking over as host.
Why did you get it? Why did you get it?
Hello, Brain Freeze. Welcome. Thank you, Andy, by the way, for hosting this entire time. It was very fun.
Yeah, no worries. Let's say thank you to thank you for, let's say, to the Fastest First team for giving me this opportunity. And yeah, now I will pass it over to the ever so awesome Brain Freeze pup. Take it away.
Thanks. Well, so we're looking at Silver Story, I believe.
Shadow's story.
Shadow's Story.
We do Silver last because it is the grand finale, except there's still last story. So Shadow's story
That's right.
is like one of the most impressive things about come on, let me do this is combat. I was like, oh, this story is really good for combat, and then I fail combat in the middle of the combat. But yeah, so Shadow's story is very much so combat heavy, and it's a lot of homing attacking, but there's a few different aspects that we could talk about. So I'm going to do Rouge Clip here. If you want to mention what we're going to be setting up for later in the stage, feel free to, Lab.
Yeah, so later in the stage, we're going to intentionally skip a checkpoint, the last checkpoint. And what that does is help set up a thing called result skip. So if you do switch to the last character, which is the Shadow, and hit no checkpoint afterwards, and then finish the level, you basically experience what's called breakout, which
means we can play on the results screen.
Yeah, and if you trigger a text box while in breakout, when it despawns the text box, it basically says to the game, oh, let's despawn the entire UI. So you basically go straight to the metal screen. It saves about like 5 to 6 seconds. And if you do it late enough...
Come on.
Come on.
There we go. Okay, I'm going to wait here. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
So now the text box is on. I'm not going to hit anything.
Now the UI will be off.
And that just skips the results screen.
If you do it late enough, you get gold medal skip.
Which makes it look like your game's crashed.
A little bit.
So
Sometimes
basically
you
that
can.
allows us to save about 7 seconds, because it means we can just skip having to go through the results screen itself, and we still get everything we did. I also collected a ring on the results screen. This is important for Egg Cerberus here, because if you collect a ring on the results screen, it transfers the rings you had, and so I just can start with rings and Cerb.
I never do that, and I really should.
So Cerberus in Shadow is even more frustrating of a boss than in Sonic.
Yeah.
Because it's dependent upon... So unlike in Sonic's story, there are no double hit, areas in the arena. So you have to do this boss a total of 4 times. And Shadow's homing attack functions differently from Sonic's. Shadow does not have whipping, for instance, and that can make sometimes registering if you've actually hit something very unique in Shadow's story. So it can like immediately abruptly stop you on top of a rail, and then you just fall into the boss and die.
This is a really good sword, by the way.
Don't curse it. Don't jinx it. Please don't jinx it. We can't say anything about Cerberus until it's done.
Correct. Okay, now this is a really good sword.
You're key. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that lab, please.
Oh, you got past the final horn throw.
But I almost failed the final horn grab. That happened to me before.
Oh no. Go man. But yeah, One Flight is a really good sword. If he missed either of the last 2 hits, we would have gotten what's usually called the 1 minute and 30 seconds experience, which he just jumps on the top rim of the arena and then just vibes and then comes back down. And that loses like 20 seconds. You can't do anything about it. It's just what happens. Thankfully, that didn't happen.
That's a gold for Zerban all stories. Nice. So yeah, Shadow's main form of movement really is just homing attacking. So we're going to do a lot of homing attacking here. There is a thing that Gordon Ramsay, who is the current world record holder for Sonic's or Shadow's story in Sonic 06, he's absolutely broken the story, and we're going to mention him multiple times throughout this run because of the amount of six tricks that he's done.
Yes,
found.
thank you, Gordon.
So I'm just going to like... So Shadow, this is normally the best way to do it. You need to time like double tapping A and then doing it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And that was not fun. But there's a way to save your homing attack momentum and still move with kicking. This is known as M speed. So people who've played Unleashed might know that there is a similar... We call it M speed even though it's technically not the same sort of thing. M speed in 06 really isn't like those, even though they're both based on the same Havoc physics engine. Essentially, there's a position where you can hold a control stick where it's like not quite walking, not quite running, or just, sorry, not quite stationary, not quite running, where essentially Shadow can, come on, let me show it off. I can't get it, it seems.
Yeah,
so I'm just gonna try. Like that, and you can see that I'm kicking fast and I'm staying pretty fast. That's known as M speed. There are some pretty notable areas where it's used, but because it's so specific and it's a slight optimization, it's not like required to learn Shadow. It's like the sort of higher end optimization. You don't really need to learn it though. It can technically support, it's technically for all three characters, but Shadow is the one story where it's the most useful in. Silver really doesn't have any use for it, and Sonic might, but we don't have really any applications for it yet.
You like automation sections?
Yeah, so gliders. In order to go fast on the glider, I need to double tap A, and then as soon as I double tap A, I need to hold A until I'm able to boost again. So it's like a rhythmic A, mashing, hold. When you slow down, a mash A again, hold, so like that.
Yeah.
And now we get on to a moon jump. I'm gonna try for Kingdom Valley moon jump. Not an easy trick, especially since I do this bufferless. I don't pause this, though I may if I fail it too many times. So this normally in this area, you're supposed to enter as Shadow, then you switch to Rouge, and then as Rouge, you're supposed to get 3 keys, and then unlock Shadow's section. There are 2 ways you can do this: skip Rouge entirely, or skip the second Shadow entirely. I'm aiming for Rouge because this is technically faster. So if you want to explain how moon jump works, Lab, feel free.
Okay, so nice. Okay, so when you are gliding, it doesn't slow you, like decrease your vertical velocity. Gravity is still applied, but it's just giving you an upward force that sort of counteracts it. When you release glide, the frame before you land, it's still...
Yeah, it's a frame perfect trick.
Yeah, it is. So good job. Gravity turns off, but the upward force is still going, so you just sort of go up really fast based on how long you've still been falling.
Yeah, so essentially letting go on that one frame is like, have all the momentum you're building up. And it allows me to just fly to the end. That is, yeah, I love that. I'm so glad beautiful. I got it.
Yeah, first try.
Yeah, first try. I think in my PV, in my All Stars World Record, I actually didn't. So this is gonna gold by a significant amount if my memory serves me right.
Yeah, this is fancy clip. Gordon also Liam discovered this.
Yeah.
That's the technique. Instead of going around to the left of the stairs, which was done before, you clip right there, and then you jump
immediately after, because there's not much ground, so you need to be able to get it. I'm gonna try for it again, of course.
Yeah.
Imagine we were setting more to... This just in! Runner resets more to fancy clip than to Rouge. That's not something you hear every day. Okay. There we go. So you need to, like, jump immediately after. And this is another instance of M-Speed, although never mind, it's not an instance of M-Speed. It's nothing. That's a really easy place to use M-Speed on, but I accidentally picked up the rings instead of light dashing them, and that was pretty neat. There's this neat little thing that I found here, which nobody's supposed to defeat these enemies. We could also go to the spring on the left, but we don't want that. We want to hit this spring, which is further in, and we can then do that.
Yeah.
Then once here, I'm just going to break out of automation and skip this area. It's faster just to not do the automation. And then hit into here. It's still a very good Kingdom Valley, honestly.
Yeah. But what's curious about that automation section is that breakout happens if you just hold absolutely nothing.
Yeah, It's like they didn't program like a stop button or like a start button, so they're just like, yep, Shadow, you stand there, you look perfect, don't move. Good.
But-
Okay.
Okay,
We got your photo for the
right?
box
Cool.
art.
Yeah. And that was a required combat section that they just did some wonderful level design around.
So this is known as Ramsey Rail. This allows us to skip later into this area by skipping the rail, by jumping over here, and then homing attacking here. Pretty nice optimization. And then instead of doing these enemies, although I'm gonna
Get hit.
I still think I have too much for an S. I think I still have
Yeah,
too
225
fast.
is guaranteed.
So let's see.
Very
Maybe I'll
nice.
avoid it.
You're close.
Nope.
No.
Oh, well.
225 is guaranteed, so yeah, no.
I should just hit the rings then. Oh well. You learn some, you win some. You do a bunch of different stuff, and it happens.
Yeah, you.
This is a very solid Shadow run so far.
Yeah, not bad at all. Crisis City is up next.
This is the most finicky stage in the run, but I'm gonna go for some really out there strats. I'm gonna try my
Plural?
best. Hello?
Plural?
I don't know. Maybe.
Both?
Depends. We'll see. I have to see how willing am I to go crazy.
The second if you don't get the first?
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
How
Well-
willing am I to get off the beaten path and try for the strats that only those who are chosen can try?
Okay, so, this is the post-apocalyptic future, right?
So we got a Jeep.
Yep. The one you saw in Microbyte Acropolis that was still functioning. Well, this one is still functioning too. And it's very finicky.
As you can see. Oh, there's a car. Nope. I don't know. Nope. So yeah, this section is that's basically the mood of Crisis City Section 1 as Shadow. Interesting point, as we were mentioning PS3 differences, the buggy is lighter on PS3, and therefore it goes faster, which is an interesting difference. But yeah, this is a finicky section because of collision, basically, but I actually recuperated that pretty decently. Surprise.
And you would take 2 phantom hits going into there. The buggy is healthy enough, so he got the next good fling. Oh, smoke, thank you. So he would ultimately end up here. And
we can hit the rail that way. It's technically possible for the buggy to just launch itself to like this area at the end, but it requires a bit of luck, to be honest.
Then we have homing attack speed cap break there, so we can go really fast around this loop.
Yeah, so this is very similar to Sonic's section. So we have a time for about 1 or 2 donations, if any. Bring these pup.
So we have a $30 anonymous donation. Thank you very much, Anonymous. Otherwise, if you're just tuning in, this is the Fastest Fall Festival.
Fastest Falls. Whoa.
Fastest Falls.
This is the quickest autumn I've ever experienced.
And we're raising money for Trans Lifeline. They have a hotline that's a peer support service run by trans people for trans and questioning callers. Their operators are located all over the United States and Canada and are all trans identified. If you're in crisis or just need someone to talk to, please visit translifeline.org/hotline to learn how you can connect. And they also have a microgrants program that helps with IDs, getting IDs, and legal name changes for transitioning people.
I honestly love the fact that they have that. Don't let anyone say that you don't get to choose your name. You get to choose your name. You are who you are. Be your truest self.
Damn right.
So now I'm gonna set up for the really interesting skip. So hopefully I'm gonna break out here of the automation if I align myself right. That looks good, but I don't know.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, so this is known as the lamb sauce because Gordon Ramsay found it, and then someone said, "Hey, can you name this the lamb sauce if you find another trick?" And so it's like, "I guess." I'm gonna stand here and kick. Am I gonna make this?
Yes.
Yes! Ah, sick. Okay, so that is a rock launch's Shadow. It is significantly harder than a Sonic. I don't know why I'm doing it this way, but I am just out of my mind that worked.
Saucy.
I didn't expect to
Very
get that.
saucy. But do we go for the other one?
I think I might try.
I mean,
So
we
that's a
can
rock launch.
compensate here.
They save a significant amount of time, but they're also somewhat finicky.
Yeah. This one saves more time, but
The Section 4 one does, actually.
how many times are we gonna go for it? Twice?
I will try the. There's a more consistent method that Gordon has been mentioning. So I think I'll try for the. I'll try for the the one from the very beginning once, and then I'll do the other one once, and then I'll just do the stage normally after.
Yeah. Wait, you're talking about the one by the vehicle where you skip the trigger?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't done that one yet, so this would be interesting.
So basically, oh, Togo in chat. 06, you haven't seen nature-based rocks launches yet. You have not.
You can't spell rocket without rock.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try for this. This is a similar thing. So basically, the rock launches work in pretty interesting ways. There's like a bunch of different factors that could apply to them. How small the piece is really important as well. Nope, okay. That wasn't too far enough. Okay, I'm gonna try for the safer one. Actually, you know what? We're having fun here. I'm gonna try for the fast one.
Go to the left, go to the left, go to the left. As you're really feeling it.
Okay, I tried twice. I'm gonna probably just do the stage normally then. That one's harder because it's dependent upon how small... You want a really small rock piece in order to go faster. But if you don't get that really small rock piece, and you know, it doesn't break, because depending on if Shadow does that little teetering animation, that actually will likely make the rock last longer, which is what we want. And I just didn't get that, nor did I get enough speed. It seemed. That's okay. We can just go through the section normally. And by normal, I mean I don't care about this. Let's go.
So this is normally where you'd end up if you did section for rock at least.
You can also actually get, if you go further to the right on that initial one, or do the backup, which I haven't learned yet. I probably will do that at some point.
Which is much riskier.
To the end of the, you can get to this one, the end spring, and that saves about 40-50 seconds. But you know, it's hard. It's a hard trick to do, and I got lamb sauce.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that.
Lamb sauce is very useful. I'm just gonna hit this here, and then I'm gonna M speed after. Ooh, that was a good input of M speed. I don't know why that was specifically that good. And that's the end of Crisis City.
See, I think Focus got 4 1-ups in the course of this level.
Yeah, and I actually restarted a bit, and yet I still have 6 lives. So.
Yeah. So there you go. Crisis City, they know, and so they put run-ups generously, especially in the last 2 sections.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that was Crisis City. Now we have another sort of lull in the which is Flame Core. Flame Core Section 1 is very similar to Sonic's Flame Core Section 1. You actually can't do that breakout that I normally would do in Sonic's section. It just doesn't exist to Shadow, because Shadow starts from the air here and not the ground, which is really weird. But yeah, so you can't do the breakout here to do the light dash speed cap manip, but you can still, just hold forward and go fast as the edgy boy. Yet again, so I forgot to mention, yeah, there's supposed to be a loop there you're supposed to go through. They didn't put an invisible wall over here, so it's just cool, stay there.
So, I'm not how to explain Chaos now. Back in the hub world, we purchased not only the light dash, but we also purchased what's called the Blue Memory Shard. Yes, 05 Shadow the Hedgehog right before the sustainer.
Yes, we've gotten in-game purchase level of amnesia recovery.
So you notice that before Kingdom Valley, he sort of went red like this. But the Blue Memory Shard allows you to do is do Chaos Snap, which is you hold A while doing a focus attack. You basically teleport to within a weird range. Nice. Whatever you're spacing, generally. It's locked on by priority and distance.
So yeah, there's a lot of manips here. It also allows you to just go through certain walls if there's a thing through it. So here I can just homing attack through. This is actually technically intended because some of the DLC in this game, the very hard mode DLC, actually requires this exploit. So it seems like it was a quote-unquote intended feature, somewhat. It's hard to say, and that makes it interesting for glitchless discussion.
And if you snap through a cage with a spring in it, it actually makes the unlocking sound and unlocks, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Whereas with the other hedgehogs, it doesn't. So it implies that it's sort of intended. And now for my favorite skip in the game. Chaos Control.
This was, so can I mention really quickly, this was theorized since 2012. Gordon was the one to figure out a way to make this RTA viable and just a thing in general in 2020, in August. So feel free to explain what this is.
So if one of the pragmas of like before this was like you don't snap through rails because it's very you go very fast in weird places.
Nah, it wasn't the right angle there. I'm gonna try again.
Yeah. So yeah, what it actually does is just sort of rockets you to in the game coordinate system, the origin, which is generally in that direction. So after you die, you are solid for 3 seconds.
Oh, come on, the thing didn't load this time. That's my fault. I wasn't facing the right direction.
That can happen. Sometimes you are too far for it to load. But if you fling your corpse into the checkpoint, you can hit the checkpoint before you actually die and then spawn the checkpoint. It's wonderful.
Do I have a second to read a donation?
Yeah, I'm failing this a bit hard, so you can go right ahead.
Alright. So, if you're not looking at the stream chat, I asked everyone to donate with some tongue twister comments to see if I could slip up some more. We have a $10 donation from Firebird Lover. Thank you, Firebird Lover. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Woo!
I may just do the stage normally soon, because we actually die here as a strat, so I can't do this with 0 lives. But I'm keeping going for it because it's a cool strat. I just didn't practice it.
Farther forward a bit to the left. Alright.
Nope, I'm right behind. I'm like right next to it. The game's like, no, you don't get the checkpoint this time, Focus.
Yeah, definitely farther forward, definitely a bit to the left.
Okay, I'll try my again. I have 2 more shots at this, really.
Go.
So I need to go pretty quick. I don't think I'm gonna make this.
Go fast. That's probably it. Yes.
Yeah. So what that happens is, yeah. So we just immediately. You could see why I wanted to do this trick, right?
Yeah, it's very fun. By fun, I mean.
It can be very finicky, but it's a really neat trick to show.
Very satisfying.
Yeah. Essentially, what occurs is like you just warp to the origin. You then throw your corpse at a checkpoint. It hits it, and then you warp to that area after you're done. And then we do a similar thing as we did to Knuckles here as Rouge.
Rouge's glide speed is a bit faster, which is why
she falls slower, but her glide speed is then faster as she falls because she's building up more speed over time. First person Sonic 06.
Yeah. Only with Rouge and Tails. Wherever would you do it with Tails, you wouldn't.
I only lost like 30 seconds, so that's surprising.
It's Chaos Control.
Yeah.
It warps
Anyways,
time.
this is the same. This is very similar to the same thing, sort of in Sonic's story. But this, I would argue that this method's easier. Because Shadow doesn't have to spin dash and then kick into Iblis here. Shadow can just stay put and then Tornado Kick, which is this move. Tornado Kick doesn't technically give Shadow invincibility, I don't think. If it gives him invincibility, it gives him a very short amount of invincibility.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, this trick was originally found as Shadow, and it's easier as Shadow, but there's a similar one as to Sonic, so same exact principle. Essentially, we are going to fall off, get Iblis to hit this platform by standing on it, and then hit his eye as he's coming down. So more time for donations or any announcements you'd like to say. Perfect time for that.
Great, $10 from Togo WD. Thank you very much, Togo. Timing this so it falls during a loading screen, well, not really. I'm not sure if that worked. I have a little bit of a delay, but
still counts.
Technically, this boss is the equivalent of a loading screen, so I'll give it to you.
Sweet. Yes, so if you're just tuning in, we are not playing Super Mario Galaxy right now. We had a bit of a schedule slip-up, or switcheroo, I should say, due to some technical difficulties earlier this
And now we're playing the best platformer that's ever been made.
That's right, Sonic 06.
It's been a good run so far. It's been fun. I hope you've all had a lot of fun as well. This game is legitimately a really good speed game, I should mention. Like, if you're interested in running 06 is arguably one of, if not the best Sonic speed game.
Speed game.
Seriously, yeah. Casually, it can hurt, but as a speed game, isn't fantastic. Nice. Okay, all 3 fast hits. You can feel free to, if there's any other announcements you want to make. Again, sorry, brain freeze to interrupt you. Go right ahead. We have another.
Oh, you're great. Thank you. So we ran through Dynamite Heady already. If you're waiting for that, you'll have to check for the VODs. And after we get through Shadow's story, we'll have Silver's story, then the last story. That's
yep.
right. And then we'll be moving on to Laika's run of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Switch with her feet.
Yes. Yeah. I am a big fan of improper control styles. If I could play Sonic 06 with a DDR dance pad, I would. Don't
give me ideas.
Oh my god, the arcade stick. Yes.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do that in the future.
I might, just for the heck of it. It's fun. So yeah, I also have failed to mention two strats that we technically could do in this, but we don't do in RTA because it's not for the faint of heart. There is a way to hit Iblis's eye when he's all the way out over there. It requires a lot of invincibility manipulation and then hoping you're standing in the right spot. You can do it as both Sonic and as Shadow. It saves 8 seconds and risks the entire fight. There's a reason we don't do final hit.
Fubbler got it in a run. I was there. I don't... something possessed him to do it. He did it. It worked.
It's kind of crazy when you do get it, though. It's like, oh, wow. It's like, wow, I can't believe you did that. Really nice job. It's something you congratulate people for because it's an act of courage, no matter if you fail it or not. Like, even if you fail it, everyone's just like, yep, GG.
You tried, bro.
Mm-hmm. So now it's Tropical Jungle again. Remember I was mentioning that the extra stages in the other 2 stories are as levels you don't play as the main character? Yeah. So Tropical Jungle is the extra stage in Shadow's story, and so as Shadow, we don't do it through Tropical Jungle again. So Tropical Jungle here, there's a few moon jumps I am going to try to do. There's also the corner climb, which is interesting. Just sort of, go, oh, and then you eventually make it. I did not get the moon jump, that's okay.
Yeah. There is a moon jump there that saves about 20 seconds, but
yeah,
you don't get it, it's whatever.
You can just do this instead. Like, you can just... Oh, wait, is this not working? Hello? There.
I mean...
Wow, my corner climbing is not on par today.
Hey, it's me. There's a backup you can get here.
Okay, so I was trying for a moon jump again, so I didn't have to get hit, but essentially you can get hit here, and then I can just climb up that and go into the thing. Funny thing you could do is wait here for 30 minutes. And the lasers, because of their animation, are going to slowly move up and to the left, and then you can just walk around them and finish the stage.
Similarly, Silver on either side can just walk under them, because he's really short.
Yeah, Silver, it's funny. Silver can walk under them, but Rouge, no. You can't do that.
Same thing with...
on to Mephiles Phase 1, which is another one of the instances of RNG in bosses, I would argue. One of the bigger ones, but it's a variance of maybe like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's not like the end of the world. Hey, name drop for the final stage. But yeah, Mephiles is based on getting your action gauge fully recharged as Shadow, and then going into red mode, as I call it, Mountain Dew Code Red, basically mode. I'm gonna let these are called mini shades, and I didn't get a lot from them, but these are mini shades, and we're gonna try to attack them like multiple ones at a time so that we can get that. And then these circles will then spawn. You want to kick early so you get the other ones. Then you want to attack again for multiple hits if possible by going for bunches of them, and waiting until later to get the circle to appear again. This should be fine. Yeah, this should be fine.
Yeah, 2-second circle.
There we go.
Nice.
And so now we got to get into this. When I first played the game, I didn't know what to do here, because the game doesn't tell you that you need to do this, really. It's sort of ambiguous as to what you need to do to defeat Mephiles.
It's implied.
But yeah, that's the end of the first phase, and then we get Omega. Fun fact about Omega, actually, I want to don't mention anything, Lab. Yeah. I want people in the chat to guess, what do you think what do you think is special about Omega? Omega has a particular feature in terms of an integer value, I'll say. Pertaining to how fast he is. So if you want to guess, because I kind of gave it away already, what is this feature that the robot has? Oh, by the way, voiced by Meowth. the original Meowth voice from the Pokemon franchise. It voices Omega, which is quite possibly the weirdest casting choice I've ever seen.
Strange.
Yeah, unfortunately she
Hint, he's not using it right.
Yeah, hint. Oh no, the Omega is the fastest base character in the game. Omega has the fastest movement speed in terms of base walking speed in the entire game. Faster than Sonic, faster than Blaze, faster than Shadow. Omega is the fastest character in terms of walking, so we actually can just walk through things and clip.
And peak running.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very interesting.
So in case you ever wondered, if you ever wondered, fastest character in Sonic lore, it's the robot.
It's the robot.
All right, so we're now getting on to Radical Train. And normally here you're supposed to meet up with Rouge at the warehouse district, but I don't want to do that. That's lame.
There's a loading
screen. I don't want a cutscene and loading screen.
No.
I'm going to do a very similar clip to Fancy Clip, where I basically clip into something at a specific angle, then I jump, and then I go over to the mirror, which is active. So the mirror in Radical Train here is active before you actually go to the warehouse district, which means that you don't have to watch that cutscene.
Thank God this clip is less precise than its Kingdom Valley counterpart. There's going to be one more.
I'm also going to buy the red memory shard, which gives us Chaos Boost Blast.
Lance.
Chaos Lance, but there's the level 2 system. What is the level 2 thing called?
Yeah, it's Lance. Chaos Lance, and then Chaos.
So that's like the power up you get from going to level 2. I'm saying there's level 2 of something. I think it's Chaos Boost is the level, or Chaos...
Boost. Yeah, Boost
level 2 gives you Chaos Lance. Okay.
Yeah. And so
also,
what happens is your gauge decreases faster, but you get more stuff.
Yeah, I'll have to mention... We kind of skirted over pause clips. I should mention how pause clips do work. Basically, the homing attack speed will then go to the ground if you pause and press A at the same time. That will basically buffer a homing attack on the ground, and that allows us to take that speed and convert it into walking speed, which means we can then clip through things with it. I might need to
probably the
die
tightest
here.
in the game. Yeah, you're probably gonna need to die.
Okay, I'm gonna die just to be safe, because there is a cycle for the train here. About 55 seconds into the stage, the game will force a death if you haven't defeated Dr. Eggman's train. So by hitting the checkpoint then dying, we're able to then reset that, and that gives us extra time. You can do it in one fell swoop. I just had issues clipping through there. Yeah, the reason why that works in Shadow and not in Sonic is because the homing attacks work differently, and Sonic's first frame actually doesn't put him on the ground, it puts him just above it. And so Sonic can't do these sorts of clips, but Shadow can.
And that's why you have to. That's why you have to hop to do a sword clip. It's the same principle, but like
you have to wait to land on the ground instead.
Yeah.
And then we get on to bike. Bikes
are like buggies, but
small, cute,
easily
more
tippable.
portable.
You can tip them over really easily.
In all gold medals for Shadow, we actually use a bike to clip through something, which is one of my favorite strats in the game. We don't see it here because.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we actually. Sorry, you're good. This is what we mean, where it's like more easily tippable over. Like I don't know how to explain that movement to physicians.
It's light.
It is very light.
And it's only on 2 wheels.
Yeah, I may save and quit here in a bit, but I'll see. Just because I have no lives. If you reload into a section in 06, like reload a save, you're actually going to go back to having 15 or 5 lives. So it was probably going to be easier than to risk it, but I will keep it going for now.
Yeah, how many do you have going to silver then?
0.
Oh. Yeah, you could get chucked.
I think I'll save when we get to the hub world, and then I'll quit and then reload. Which would be another good time for donations, of course. Keep those donations coming in, people. We, obviously the loading screens are here all week.
Guys, okay, yeah, that's over.
While we're waiting for that next big donation, we are already well over halfway toward our $5,000 goal for the weekend, which is incredible because we're just in day 2 here. $2,718, it's just a couple hundred away from 3,000, and if you... I'm waiting for that next big donation. I want to see some more tongue twisters. See if you can slip me up.
I can give you some of the best lines in the Sonic 06 manual. If you want, I might donate at the end and give you some lines to read, because that's actually something I do sometimes. I have an incentive on my channel, for instance, where I just read the Sonic 06 manual if someone redeems it, and I'm just like, middle of the run, pull up to a random page, and then I hear quit to exist the game, and I'm like, oh
my god.
And these typos are really only in the English version of the manual and localization in general.
All right, so
Yeah.
do I have to pronounce the typos though, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
exists the game is really important. The in-game text of this game is also a really good one that I like, because it's just the most redundant thing I've ever heard. Anyways, so we can do if I'm good here, I can do like a version of this clip that's pauseless, but even if you fail, I just did it pauseless. Cool, whatever.
Nice.
Things happen. I'm also going to do this for you.
Thank you.
This is a spear clip, which is technically a bufferless version of the pause clip, but I can't get it. Yeah, I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, or maybe my angle is wrong, but yeah, it's essentially the same inputs as a as the pause buffer, but you just do it using the slow time from throwing a spear then falling to the ground. I am not good with it, but I tried it for you. You said you wanted it, lad. I gave it a shot.
Yeah, your lineup has to be stupid good for 3 clips to work there. I think it was off, but I think one of those attempts would work. But it's whatever. It's whatever. I just told you about it like I don't know. I've been like an hour ago.
He was like, "Hey, do this now." I'm like, "Okay, sure."
I mean, it's the only one like that I would reasonably ever.
That's true.
In the history of
yeah,
mankind.
I'm gonna destroy these enemies because it's just faster than having to try to do the pause clip there. And now I'm gonna try to reduce lag by not hitting many of these boxes. I am failing miserably, but we're gonna try because this section can get very laggy, and it's actually better if you just don't shoot anything and just like walk through at parts. Yeah, lag was reduced pretty significantly there, though, still. It could be laggier. It looks like it's lagging. It is, but it could be even laggier.
It just could be worse.
So now I have Chaos Boost level 2. That gives me these spears I now have actually deal damage, which is really neat. And it's just useful if you have to stun an enemy at any point. This is more apparent in stages like Mission 15, which is the final unskippable mission in Shadow's story, which is all combat, and a bunch of other locations.
First shot? Good, I think.
Don't we not want the S rank?
Yeah, I mean, you got an S rank.
Ah, just barely, okay.
If you burst. So, one of the strats that was come up with recently to do S-rank manipulation, that I think I came up with, was bird strat.
Basically, so can I explain that?
Yeah, go for it.
You can explain that. I was just trying to mention, like, the system of leaders, but...
Yeah. So...
You can explain it, sorry.
So, yeah, normally, leaders, there are some enemies in some groups. It's, like, more obvious with, like, the robots. There's, like, one blue and red one and a bunch of white ones. That is also true for that group of purple birds. And if you destroy only the leader, you get this like massive point bonus in combo. If you were to hit one bird and then the leader, it would give you a significantly less an amount of points, and therefore it would drop your score to probably where you would get an A rank for a minimal loss in time.
Yeah. So remember, getting an A rank, if you can avoid it in less than 5.5 seconds, is time advantageous. So I'm actually going to do a new set of hub movement we have here. If I can stabilize on the pillar.
I swear this is solid. We swear. Look, there we go.
And then I'm going to do some M-speed manips on these things here. And so I need to constantly hold it like a very interesting angle to keep my speed, and then homing attack whenever otherwise. Like homing attack after like 2 kicks, maybe. Then I'm going to jump here, and I'm going to shoot 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Oh, can I get the scepter? So the scepter you're supposed to get after the mission we skipped. It's always here, and it just unlocks a spring. Technically, you don't even need that spring to get to Wave Ocean, but there's no method we have at the moment that would allow us to not get the scepter. You can also die here and then reload back in and then do a pause clip to escape the mission yet again, but I'm actually going to go here and buy the Black Memory Shard, which gives us the Chaos Boost level 3, which is going to be used in the final boss fight. And then I'm gonna go over here and hit the enemy like this. It's pretty neat.
Which, according to the achievement, unlocks the all moves.
Nope, that's Sonic's.
I know, but that's what I said, but for sure. Yes, that is an achievement description for Sonic. Unlock the all move.
Yeah, the achievement is super. It's Blue Phantom, and the name of the that's the name of the achievement, and the achievement text is Supersonic Space, like really uncharacteristic space. Obtain the all moves. It's a good one. This game is programmed. But seriously, though, I actually do love this game, and it's my main speed game. For those of you who haven't seen me before, yeah, I'm FocusSight. I've been running this game for 8 years now, since I was 12. So I'm a veteran of this, which is funny because I'm definitely not one of the oldest members in the community, which is funny.
Yeah, and I'm Labris. I've been running this game for about like 6 or 7 months now.
Yeah, I mean, Labris has been essentially our
the new
our
guy,
sort of tech rat. To put it one way.
Yeah, to put it one way.
I just wanted to make it in line with the 30 theme. You are a rat, therefore you are a tech rat. There you go.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's go with that. But yeah, it's been a ride.
Yeah. So anyways, Omega here. So the basis of the stage is actually to save Omega as Shadow. We're going to save Omega as Omega. I think that's the best way to handle this. So Omega again has the fastest walking speed of any character. Not to mention that walking speed is transferred when you hover, and then you can spam hover to do stuff. So I'm gonna try for this this box flip here in a bit. It saves like 2 seconds, but it's pretty neat because it goes out of bounds and it's just a nice optimization.
Box. Also, his peak running speed is a bit faster than Sonic's, if you notice.
I don't know why I went this way, but that's cool. This box here, it's pretty cool. It's against the wall. Hopefully I can just nail it like that.
Nice. Good, Jordan.
I was like piping that up and it was just like simple. Yeah, we did it. Easy.
Yeah, but that is not entirely easy. Usually the strat is to basically go around by abusing your hover, because if you tap hover enough as Omega, you can just sort of hover infinitely, kind of.
That was really good, actually. I'm happy with that Wave Ocean. It's only like a few seconds off IO Wood record as well.
Yeah, 126?
126 was IO Wood record? It was 128.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I don't know. I think it's 125 is IO Wood record.
That was still close. I think I've gotten 128.
I also remember I was honestly not expecting, so I was like, jump, Omega, jump! Please jump!
And
then,
now
we're at the combat here. So this mission 15 is really indicative of Shadow's combat. I've done this the entire time. I haven't realized I haven't described it. If you like homing attack on an enemy, and then you still have extra kicks. So if you hit them on like the last hit of their life, or if they're a one-hit enemy, just hit them. What happens then is Shadow's like homing attack can then like transfer. Like the kicks can then move to a different enemy, so you can like hit them from afar. Which is super useful because it allows me like to aim as Shadow and do stuff from a distance. Oh, okay, thank you. So now I have level 3, which isn't really particularly useful for this area, but I still want to put it on a level 3 just because, A, one of the major skips here, hopefully, if I don't mess this up. I was a bit slow, so you can actually get this enemy to spawn earlier if you just
this one too?
The ground. Yeah, but unfortunately neither of those actually worked that way. And we can complete this and finish the area, which has Lord Regis at the end, very important 06 character.
He sort of just lets you into Dusty Desert. That's all he does.
Yeah. So, we are approaching the last story of the run, and arguably the best story of the run. I'm very much looking forward to. Oh man, I'm so excited for Silver's story. But yeah, Shadow's story is underrated. Honestly, if you are interested, Shadow's story is going to be shown at AGDQ 2021 by the world record holder Gordon Ramsay.
Please tune in.
I will lay down a fact that I was told from a friend of mine, Gedrith. Back in 2017, he submitted Shadow's story for 06 to GDQ, and GDQ staff told him, listen, Sonic 06 is never getting into a GDQ again, and if it is, it's definitely not Shadow. Which is the funniest bit of Curb Your Enthusiasm I've ever heard.
Things change.
Yeah, Shadow's story is legitimately a really cool story, because you have all these really out there tricks and outside of the box thinking that really improves your experience. Before it was just basically the movement category. Now it's a bunch of really neat tricks. And so we're now at the last story, or last stage in Shadow's story, which is Dusty Desert. We're going to try for something first called Flipping Clip. There is this hovercraft here. It's a hovercraft. Get on it to ride the hovercraft, or whatever text you want me to read.
There's just something in it.
Yeah, so you can't actually escape if you're loaded into, like, most instances. If you're loaded into an area inside a vehicle, you can't escape it. For instance, here you can't do that, so the only way to escape it, instead of having to go through a bunch of goals to, like, unlock this door, is to just align yourself like this, and then hope the thing flips over in such a way that it explodes. This looks good, but it might be wrong. I don't know.
Flames? Yeah, the flames. Oh, nice.
So, essentially that skips us having to actually go around the entire area, because unlike the rest of the sand of that region, the sand near the ending bit is solid, and so you can just flip over and then land back on it.
Otherwise, you know, those plus at the beginning, you just go through a bunch of those, and it's sort of like Mario Kart, but more annoying.
So this is another instance of, I'm going to try this again. Cool. Okay, so that's another instance of speed cap manipulation. If I like pause clip into it, I can then get the speed of my homing attack there, and I don't hold anything, and I just fly. I'm also going to do I've decided I'm not going to do the regular one because I want to show result skip again in easier time. So I'm actually going to go play as Omega. This is not how you normally finish the stage, but we're having fun here on Fastest Falls. Sorry. Love you,
That's
Brain
right.
Pop. So I'm going to just homing attack here, and then, yep, Omega, thank you. We needed that. Now we're going to just run into here, and then just clip out. Omega is just so fast that you can literally walk through things. And I'm going to go out to the out of bounds here. You'll see this out of bounds again in a different story. And then we're just going to hover over to the end of the stage. You want to say something? Brain Pop? Brain Freeze Pop? Brain Pop. Whoa.
Other guy.
Brain freeze.
Like, it's like Brain Pop, but it's just a puppy.
Are you saying there's time for donations?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Send those donations in. Waiting on the next big one. Remember, you're supporting Trans Lifeline. We're on our first day of Transgender Awareness Week, November 13th to 19th.
Indeed. I was really glad that we scheduled it like that. I'm legit happy.
That's right, and November 20th marks the Transgender Day of Remembrance. And yes, we're very happy to be putting on this event in the hope of raising community awareness of the issues facing transgender and gender nonconforming people.
Oh, whoop, I didn't actually get results skip because the text box wasn't there. That's weird.
Strange. There's
So I just
usually
gonna finish as Omega. I was gonna do a result skip, but I think I wasn't in bounds enough so it didn't actually load in the text box. Oh well, there's a text box that you can hit as Omega to do result skip. I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
But you still get funny robot fly through stage.
Sub 2 still. Regardless.
Yeah. So that's not faster than just playing a shadow, and actually switching to another shadow and doing result skip is also possible. But because you cannot do result skip, you cannot get results breakout if you don't swap characters. It's impossible to do it as the character you start a section as, which is unfortunately the fastest way to go. Now we have Mephiles, phase 2, yay, purple. Good color. Gonna wait up here, and then I'm gonna shoot the stun.
The patron god of Welch's grape jelly.
Yes. Oh my gosh. You didn't know about what we talked about, and there's no way. I was last night while I was helping with setup. Last night while I was helping with setup here in Festus First, we talked about Walmart reviews, and I read a bunch of reviews about Welch's grape jam. It was an experience. Walmart reviews are like avant-garde poetry.
Like
One of the best things I've experienced,
reviews combined with like Yahoo Answers.
basically. But one of the best things I experienced, though, was not even a review. It was the default settings on a thing of Lunchables, where it had like Walmart tried to fill in information, I think, automatically, and then it filled in for the warning. It said, "Warning, no," and nothing else. That was the warning for your pizza Lunchables, everyone. If you ever pizza Lunchables, don't.
No.
It literally just said no on the website.
No.
Warning, no.
No. You may not.
Yeah, this is these are called absolute units. That's what we refer to these boys as. And so we needed to. You can get it within 4 different ones of these, but unfortunately, I didn't get the amount I needed. So now we're gonna hit Mephiles here. Get to half health.
If anyone's ever driven in Atlanta or the suburbs, they have these roads that have divider lanes that you can drive on, except you're not supposed to. The only sign above it, though, says no. Just no.
And that's the end of Shadow's story right there.
Nice.
And now we get on to Fast Boy. Yeah! Silver is actually the fastest character in the game, and it's going to start off with Hoot and Holler, and it's going to just keep on going from there. Shadow, though, is a pretty good story, to be honest. That was sub 50, by the way, according to my splits.
So that's a GG right there.
Yeah, sub 50 for Shadow is I mean, considering all of what we did.
What do you mean by, like, what, like, minute, second?
49, 40 something, according to what I can read, just doing quick math.
Okay.
So now we get to Silver's story. Silver's story is so this is the story everyone's been waiting for.
Oh boy. I've just started to run this category. It is a ride.
It is very much a ride. So I'm going to start off by explaining a really complicated trick, because that's what Silver's story is. We're going to do something called telethrow here. So essentially, a Silver, if you stand on an object at a steep angle and then lift it and throw by holding towards the object, you're able to stand on the object as it's being thrown, which allows us to do some pretty out there tricks. I'm just going to stand right here, turn around, then I'm going to lift and throw. And then we can chain these to basically fly, come, ride in the air. And I can do it again here.
This is really recent as well.
Yeah, this has changed a lot since Summer Showcase.
Due to that trick alone.
Yeah, this trick saves a lot of time. In fact, I'm not even going to play as Blaze in this next section. I'm going to play as Silver, because Silver is more consistently faster than Blaze on average, which is for this section, which is not something you would have expected before.
Yeah, because before telethrow, you would play as Blaze and then try to skip Silver in section 3. Didn't keep playing as Blaze.
The mantra of Silver before for the early game was skip Silver where possible, play as other faster characters. And now it's the reverse. Play as Silver, skip other technically faster characters. So yeah, there's a few different mechanics to telethrow, but I'll get into those as we get into later sections. Just know that it's really fast. It can be done starting at the early game and is used throughout the run.
Sign of sucks.
And we can just throw it to the end here.
Nice.
Twice. And I'm going to hold X so we do a frame buffered input into the next region. I'm going to let go of X on the results on the load screen here. And this means that whatever I was holding before is released, and that input will be done the first frame of the next area, which allows us to select Silver earlier here.
Incoming.
So yeah, we get to load into here. Silver.
Yeah.
And I can jump onto this rock, and I can just throw again. And we do it until we reach the end of the stage. This also gives us breakout, because we swapped characters but didn't hit a checkpoint.
Result skip, however, is really degenerate.
It's not even a thing here, technically. I don't think I've ever gotten it. I've never gotten it, so I don't even know if it's real. Yeah, I can get a 1-up on the results screen here. This is one of the only 1-ups you're going to get in Silver, so treasure it. And that's Brain Freeze. I just want to ask, is this what you expected Sonic 06 to be after the past 2 hours?
I didn't expect anything. I came in here with a completely empty mind.
Good.
It's still there.
Proud of you.
Good.
I'm glad. Nope, this is good. This is exactly what we want. Silver's story is by far the most broken and my favorite story. It's also the story I specialize in. It's a lot of physics-based stuff, though.
It's fun to watch. Yeah, and I came in ready to host for Dynamite Hetty, so...
This is a Sega game. What are you talking about? It's the same thing.
It's true.
So, another important thing is Silver is object mechanics. You throw objects in the order you pick them up, so if you need to make sure that you're positioning objects well in your own line of sight, in order to, like, you know, do things coolly.
And I swear, this is the most evasive stationary target I have ever seen.
So yeah, I'm going to try to get some extra hits. I got 1 hit, cool.
Okay.
By doing stuff like that, and then we get the puff. Oh, nice. So looking like a good Iblis. So yeah, essentially, it's really important that you know like what order you picked up objects in, or you like spin around like I did to like avoid multiple unnecessary hits,
Nice.
or having your entire ammo destroyed. Because essentially in the bosses, you're limited to whatever you get like around you. There's no other forms of combat as silver.
You basically just chuck stuff.
Yeah.
And against this Iblis in particular, you can just run out of stuff. And it takes a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, had Focus not gotten at least like 3 or 4, like 3 Pokebuffs there.
3 hits per cycle, so 12 hits in total.
So after that third cycle, if he didn't have 3 pieces, he would have to wait.
Wait about like 40 seconds. So
yeah, it's painful.
It can be painful, but it is very nice still. Also, thank you for gifting a sub, Beaveresque. I'm also going to shout out Beaveresque. Really cool artist. They're going to be doing Pokemon Fusions on the final day. So please support them, support us here. It's going to be a great time. This is one of the biggest instances of why Telethrow is so much faster. The strat here before was to walk, and you would, if you saw my run at Summer Showcase, you would have remembered that I walked here.
No, it's Johnny. Me as well. It's John. Anyways, now we fly. It's wonderful.
Right to the mirror and just bang.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, very, very nice. I can move around on the object to change, because basically the object will throw like towards where Silver is facing, and also make it's like changes in reference to where the peak of the object is. So you need to know like how steep you are and where you're facing and where the object generally is highest in order to best do that. The hardest version of that trick like that is here. This is a double box setup. It is very finicky and oftentimes just doesn't work, so I'm going to try for it for a little bit. But essentially, again, this game is so great in that we can basically use anything to... Where is it? Hello? Oh.
It's over there.
Yeah. That is not steep enough. So we need to be able to stand on an object... we need the object to not be too shallow, but also not too steep.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't think this is going to work. No, I'm going to restart. It's okay. This is one of the more frustrating ones, because boxes be like that sometimes. And boxes have always been our arch nemesis in 06, for reference.
Except for, like, Mission 8's good. For this, yes. Okay, that's a good box.
Yeah, this is a good box, so the steepness is good. How steep the object is influences how high it'll go. So I can just go over to here. I can also, like, shoot to the sides, and then just shoot down. Right there on the go ring.
22.
Hi, box! Hey, the box is coming down! Whee! There you go.
Looks like I'm on
It's still going to improve based on compared to my All Stories, though, because my All Stories had a pretty bad silver for this one.
I think that was the.
So now we're going to do another frame buffered input here as Blaze to skip the automation at the start. So I'm just going to let go of X now that I'm here. I actually held X on the save screen, and now I'm letting go of X, so Blaze... Loop no more. There's no more loop.
Loop is over, party.
Mm-hmm. So this is the same trick as we saw in Sonic with the loop launch. It's actually it's not the cave skip setup we're doing. We're actually going to shoot to the area where the rail was, so where the cave was. I'm actually going to aim for that same area. It's actually faster as Blaze to do that. This one is a bit different in terms of timing, because Blaze can't buffer a homing attack, or a fire claw in her case. Which means that we have to like time it properly as we land. And now I'm going to do the advanced fire claw, which involves a spinning claw. I'm going to build up speed on this rail, and then I'm going to hopefully just skip on water.
Nice. Yeah, you got the good one.
It's a real one. So this is essentially a frame perfect trick as well. This is letting go of the X button at a specific time after you like the frame right after you jump. If you let go of the X button after you've been holding X, that means you can maintain the ground speed while having the duration of the spinning claw and the air speed, which allows us to do that.
Yeah, if you got what's called a fake AFC, that instead of that lasting for 15 seconds, well, he cut it off early, it would only last for 3.
Mm-hmm.
So you got...
And that would mean you get like, oh, it looks cool, it's gonna skip.
Yeah,
which is sad.
Sad. But yeah, technically you still have ground speed, but it still counts you as airborne. So that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, for sure. And now we're going to go into Dusty Desert. So this is a funny one.
So-
This stage, there was a bunch of cool stuff we did before where we like skipped Amy and then played as second Silver.
Now there's
And-
like 2 cool things that we do.
So I'm going to first explain the lift exploit. So normally here is where we would normally do Mission 8. The mirror, though, to Dusty Desert is active before Mission 8 is completed. So we can do something, you can use the lift exploit to clip through stuff. I'm going to get these boxes and I'm going to go push back through. These boxes are then going to phase through the wall and then appear right on the door where I want them. That is way too many boxes for one hedgehog to handle. I'm going to then just push this against the surface of the door, and then I need to lift, and then clip through, like that. And I can touch the mirror, and we're into this area.
This
the Dusty Desert.
That's probably the one of 2 places where boxes really cooperate for you.
Who's the captain is Mission 5 in Sonic. There's no Who is the captain in Silver, but there is a versus Sonic Man in Silver, which I find funny.
Alright, versus Sonic Man.
Actually, it's
Which-
Sonic Man Returns. I forget that's what it's called in Silver Story.
Because you do race him as Sonic, don't you?
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to use the lift exploit again. Basically, why it works, flat object, flat ceiling, and if you can lift it through, you'll be pushed through. So we need to rotate these. We don't control how the pots rotate, I should mention. I don't control the speed at which lobsters think. We don't control the way in which the objects rotate, which can make this a bit finicky sometimes, since they'll just rotate on their own, and we want them to rotate in such a way. I'm not getting it, though. Let me just breathe and go through like that.
You good? Yeah.
I then want to jump up to here. I'm then going to land on this door, and this is the only thing we technically do normally in this stage from now on.
Open the door.
And now I'm going to go over here. I'm using something called levitation extensions. These are also frame perfect tricks, where basically Silver's stun slap move is broken in this game. It maintains momentum of any action as long as you hold the stun slap on the last frame of animation. And so a frame after letting go of A, I can then go ahead and maintain my momentum of the hover.
Nice.
And then I can get this pot out of bounds. Gonna let it settle a bit, hopefully in a good way. What is it doing? Oh, that's not great. So I'm going to get this pot like aligned semi-center with like parallel to the floor, but I'm not getting that.
Unless it's sideways.
There we go. Okay, so that's what we want. And then we need a steep enough place. This positioning will always give us the steep one. And now I'm going to throw twice. 1, 2. Gonna wait to throw again. Yeah, there's a death plane on the right and on the left and up, so I need to be careful. And then I can just throw myself on that pot to the end of the stage. That saves a minute over what we did previously in RTA.
Yeah, definitely over a minute.
It is a significant time save, and it is really cool.
Yeah, like
Gotta love those out of bounds tricks.
Yeah, it's so funny, honestly, how much time that saves and how amazing. It's the same technique each time. And the thing about telethrow, unlike most of the tricks in Silver Story, they're not frame perfect. They can be done on pretty much any object, and it's really cool.
stupidly consistent compared to what was
Every other
done.
Silver trick.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say every other.
It's the perfect trick, honestly, because it's one of those tricks which is easy to learn but hard to master.
Yeah.
Like, doing the movement most efficiently requires really good timing and positioning, whereas anyone can pretty much do this trick as well.
It's like,
which is
oh,
really
you can launch yourself, but now what?
I like Soliana's comforting aspect and vibe, by the way, Lab, don't you? Like,
Yeah.
it's a nice setting, right? It's a good place to kill a random blue hedgehog who did nothing wrong.
Yeah, just throw the entire IKEA at him.
Here I come. What? That hurt.
Okay, that's good. So we don't want to get an S rank here, and the way to avoid an S rank here is to just get a time of 13 seconds, no rings, or higher. Time bonus is calculated on there is like a max time bonus, which is set at 0 seconds, and then it depletes 40 points per second. And so the best way to avoid an S rank here, and therefore save time, is to use it at 13 seconds. You can beat this boss in 6, but you have to get the most lucky double hits ever to do that.
Oh,
I called it
yeah.
by 0.1. Let's go.
Let's go. Probably load time. But it's fine.
Okay, so now I'm going to do a telelaunch on a sign. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to try for this, I think, twice, and if I don't get it, I'll just do the lift exploit again with the bot.
Launches are interesting.
So the trick that telethrows replaced in the early game pretty significantly was something known as teleflings. Teleflings are essentially you picking up the object from afar as if you're on top while you're on top of it. The game, as you've seen before, tries to push objects a set distance away and up from Silver when he picks them up. We're abusing that mechanic when we're doing teleflings. It's really inconsistent, though, as to where you're going to go, where it's fastest, all this stuff. And so telethrows make it more consistent. It's a more consistent method. But to do tele-launches, which is a trick, hopefully I'll just nail first try. I can just, like, take this sign here. I'm then going to align myself like this. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to get it first try, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So tele-launches are based off teleflings, because essentially when you are doing a telefling, the game still thinks you're picking up that object, so you can then throw it. And then at that point, the object is permanently in this grab state. And once you lift it in that grab state, it then sends you skyward because it still has this property like, oh, you're being thrown, you go fast. But you control how fast it goes.
And it's always directly vertically. Yeah, because when you pick something up, or lift something, you stop it. It doesn't move anywhere.
Yeah. And so this is the last time you're going to get to see Blaze. Not the Blaze who's, you know, the founder of our organization, but no, this Blaze. Last time you get to see her.
It's pretty cold, so I understand.
Yeah, so if there are any more announcements you'd like to make, feel free to. This is a good time for them because this is just Blaze movement, essentially, for like 30 seconds.
Still waiting on more donations. Don't forget that when you donate, you can put it toward a bid war or goal or incentive. Right now, there is $281 out of $500 toward the bonus game incentive for Tetris: The Grandmaster Master Mode run by Freya Spirit. We also have...
Please get that, Matt. Please get that, Matt.
Please,
I want to see Tetris the Grandmaster.
Me too.
They're also amazing at it, so it helps.
We have a bid war for Mario Kart DS, which will be run after Laika's % Mario Kart 8 run. It's a cart emblem bid war. Give a 3-word description in your donation for Mr. Shasta to draw, and he will draw that emblem.
Yeah, so what I was trying for there was another AFC to clip through the door, because again, speed, momentum, geometry, anything. Yep, that's like my version of the oven treatment for 06 speedrunning. Appreciate it. You can clip through this wall if you get the AFC, but it's difficult sometimes because of how those dash panels work and the amount of lag and a bunch of other factors, so it's fine, though. Now we're gonna get... This is another area which used to be a walking stage, but thanks to the power of telethrow, we can just... whoosh! Wow. Yeah, it goes fast. Literally any object, and I'm not even to the best object yet that we use. We're saving the best for later in the run. Yeah, your action gauge is super important as well, because you can only lift objects until about like 20% of the bars remaining. So I actually held it for too long and didn't throw because I didn't think I was steep enough, and so stuff like that can happen, unfortunately. But that's okay. This is another bit of combat. Enemies, which typically take multiple hits or have a health bar, if you can stun them immediately, really cool. So you can just pick them up and not have to deal with actually combat. But enemies like the big boys there, they have a name. I forget their name.
Keeper? No, the keepers are the big ones.
Golem?
Golem, keeper, golems are the...
Golems are the Mephiles and Iblis ones, for sure. Yeah. I don't know what those are called.
Keeper is the black and red one.
Yeah, but basically they don't, they have a health bar, but they can't be stunned until both their arms have been shot, like out. And so that makes it kind of annoying to deal with. So if you can just get them hit 4 times with regular objects, that's good.
Yeah.
This is going so much better than the previous fastest first run. I'm happy. I redeemed silver. That's all that matters. This has been a really good run overall. In fact, we're only like 2 minutes behind world record at this point.
Nice. All stories or
all stories?
Alright, I was about to say
I don't know about silver. It's honestly good, decent pace. Anyways, this is Egg Genesis.
It tests how you can count to 6, among other things.
I'm nervous.
Okay, it's 12. So basically, you do not want to...
It's gonna be okay. Don't die.
Okay.
Oh, whew. So you can't see where you are, and so sometimes if you don't have rings, the missiles might hit you without realizing, or other miscellaneous stuff. Still decent. The fastest cycle, it's a cyclic boss, basically. 4 cycles, 24 hits in total, 6 hits per cycle. You want to pick up enough missiles to basically finish the first 2 cycles. So basically like 12 missiles immediately. And then wait for the missiles to respawn on the second phase, so you get 3 arms worth of missiles. So throw the remaining missiles, land on the ground, let your bar recharge, and then pick up any missiles that come through and use those missiles to finish the remaining 2. That's the fastest way to do it. We were slightly slow because I was 1 hit off because I was too early, but pretty cool. Hey, I was telling you, Brain Freeze Pop. Hey, it is Sega Genesis, Egg Genesis. There you go. It's the same
These
thing.
Genesis graphics have never looked so good, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's amazing. Honestly, though, this game for an early 360 title is not that bad looking, to be honest.
I think it aged pretty well.
I think it aged pretty well, honestly.
Like KV, the Tornado,
Compared to like,
City.
I mean, it's not fair to say this, but compared to like something like Shadow the Hedgehog 2005 or Secret Rings 2007, which they are on lower gen hardware, I think this game still holds up aesthetically really well. Like the level motifs are pretty cool. I love stages like Keenan Valley and Dusty Desert. Those are probably my favorite motif-wise. Radical Train is really cool motif-wise as well. But anyways, Amy! Oh my god, Amy, go fast.
See, this is why I called Silver Jog, because this is why.
This is Amy's top speed, everyone, and this is the only time we're required to play as Amy.
Full sprint. And noted that her hammer range is about, well, in game, in engine, there's a system of actually meters and seconds. Which is
this game
really
uses this game is metric. Let's go.
So Amy's hammer is 50 centimeters radius,
which isn't very much.
Not at all. To put that into perspective, I think she's running at about. I'm gonna
meters per second, 4 meters per second.
The Silver runs
no,
top
not
speed
3,
at
9. So probably like 7.
Yeah, 6 or 7. Not fast, but
How did I
slowest in
gold
the game.
that? How did I gold that?
Amy, fast loads.
Amy, it's not fast loads.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Anyways, Radical Train Times. This is where we get the game-breaking upgrade known as the. So when we did that sign tele launch, the cool thing about the sign tele launch that we did was the fact that it skipped a normally required item known as the Shock Bracelet. Shock Bracelet, super useful for casual gameplay. It's like one of the most useful silver upgrades.
Base combat a breeze.
For speedrunning, though, it's unfortunate because it basically uses up the X button, and we want to hold the X button for long amounts of time. So we've skipped that, and that means that when we get this next upgrade, the Heart of Wind, it's going to allow us to do something called the Teleport Dash. And remember I was mentioning the levitation extensions that I was doing, the frame perfect extensions using the stun slap mechanic? We can do that again on Teleport Dashes, which are even faster. And that means I can just go, if I get it, I can go like that. Ooh. And it basically means it makes Silver one of the fastest characters in the game in terms of like self-propelled movement speed. It's really fast. We can just clip through walls like this. We can just go around like, you know, like everything is nothing. Walls don't exist anymore. Everything has changed.
There is a mission that he's skipping right now that is 8 seconds and really is very trivial but loads. Because like it's a stealth mission, but the pattern is fixed, so you just go around the same way every time. So
yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Sort of jog through.
Yeah, but anyways, this is one of the best. This is the one I'm working out for. Please watch, everyone.
Sonic Riders, everybody.
Yeah, so I said any object.
You did.
When I say any object, I mean any object. Let's try that again.
What did I tell you? This is the new Sonic Riders DLC. Nobody's about it.
So we push it against this thing, and it's very steep now. In order to go over to the right, I'm going to realign Silver, and then throw it again. Then I'm going to do an SCTD after.
Nice.
Skip this entire stage.
I don't know why this happens, but this treats you as falling a lot instead of actually like letting you through. Weird.
And this is the end of the stage. Easy. I love that trick. Someone jokingly told me, hey, you could use the shovel, and I'm like, no, you can't. And then we actually figured out you can use the shovel. Previously, this stage took maybe 50, if you're really good, 50 seconds, 55. That it involved a bunch of those frame-perfect tricks with the teleport dash.
And then
only requires 1.
Oh yeah, Ilford record was 28 for the longest time, and that required box telelaunch, which is 2 words that should never be said in sequence ever when referring to a trick.
Yeah, box telelaunch is. I'm still gonna go for it, you know, but box telelaunch is one of the most cursed tricks in Sonic 06 because teleflings also rotate the object, and boxes no like rotate. Boxes don't want to rotate. Boxes are mean to us. Shadow so far so good. So this is just like Sonic. Shadow doesn't actually have any invincibility frames, so we can just throw stuff at him, unlike most of the bosses. And I'm getting all these hits. This is good.
Unfortunately, there are not enough objects in this stage to kill Shadow off the bat, so you do have to wait for some respawns.
Not exactly, actually.
Like, perfect.
If you're really good, you actually don't have to wait for any respawns, but that means you have to hit every object, which is not easy.
So it's like exactly the number required. I think I got it.
There we go.
Alright.
That was alright. I mean, it was still good. I would say 44? Yeah, that's still fine.
Better than I can do it.
Welcome, Barrel. Nice to see you.
Good.
So yeah, that was a really good beginning. I literally hit every single one of those. But the issue is, there's like several different issues with the objects. Essentially, sometimes the barrels can push Shadow away. Sometimes they can bring Shadow closer. Sometimes they're just like, hey, I'm a cool barrel. I'm gonna just destroy all the other barrels because that's how neat I am. And
sometimes you pick up the random construction shovelry that actually doesn't do any damage.
Yeah. Shadow, yeah, the shovels don't actually do any damage, unfortunately, so you just kind of gotta go, okay, I want barrels, like, give me barrels.
I love how you do this first section.
We're gonna have a Donkey Kong bongo run. I call it bongo, it's not bongo. So this stage is normally about 4 or 5 minutes, the first section, casually.
I love how they do this. I love how you do this.
Go behind, this is the final area of this stage. Then just go through here, explode these, done. 8 seconds.
That's that.
Yeah, Silver is. This is why this trick is so amazing, because essentially, if you just have the right angle, the right geometry, the right speed, you can clip through everything.
No pressure, but your IL world record is 107, and that was set, and that was the second behind.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely pressure now because I'm not getting the ETDs, but it's cool.
I wasn't even saying it.
It's fine. You're fine. Don't worry. Okay, so now I need to get the SETD, which is the same trick, but I hold X instead of just pressing it. I'm not getting it this time, though. Ooh.
Yeah, it's okay. Me right now.
Yeah, this corner is frustrating. Because it might look... It's hard to tell if you get it or not. Wow, what am I doing?
I don't think you're getting it.
I'm not. Huh.
You're doing late.
I think I am, yeah.
For sure. That was one, but it was just over there.
I just need to concentrate. As soon as you said Iowa record, of course this happens. Don't say that.
I've cursed now. I mean, for...
It is a frame perfect trick, so it's not the easiest thing to get. Come on. I was getting these just fine, and then it's like, nope. What is wrong? What is happening? Seriously, this is not normal for me.
Did I curse this?
Maybe.
I'm so sorry if I did.
What is happening? Seriously, I don't get it this badly. This is now gonna be my Kingdom Valley. Whatever. This is now my Kingdom. This is what happened last time. I wasted way more time than I usually do on a stage that I usually don't, and so this is just what happens in Fastest First for me.
Fastest Falls.
Oh man. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's not your fault. It's just I was.
It may be through magical means.
Just completely choked. Like honestly, that's my fault. But yeah, then I was trying for hope and clip there, same SCTD, but I get it there, but then I don't get it through. Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah.
So this is the ending section of the stage. There's a really neat combat thing we do here. So I'm gonna just, because Silver doesn't have the shock bracelet, he can't like stun, ground pound or like stun enemies in a radius, and that means that these birds are super annoying. So instead I'm gonna pick up these Iblis worms, and I'm gonna wait for these birds to like get stunned, and then I'm just gonna push the Iblis worms on top of them, like so, and that just instantly despawns them. It's one of my favorite strats. Then as soon as I'm done here, I can just go closer. I can wait for this enemy to be stunned, and then stun it. And then finish the stage. There you go. That was what happened?
What happened? That corner is cursed, regardless.
Yeah, that was... I'm upset, because that's actually one of my favorite things to show off in the aquatic base. It's a really cool thing.
Yeah. I mean, Section 1 is still cool. You got to make Section 1, it's whatever.
I'm just trying not to one of the main things, I know this is your first marathon lab.
Yeah.
Don't concentrate on how the one is going. Just get through it. Don't harp on it. Just giving you this piece of advice right now. It's very interesting. It's very good not to do that. Also, I recommend anyone right now who wants to donate now. It's the best time. We have a minute of almost nothing in this next mission. This is one of the other unskippable missions in Silver's story. It is a mission, and it is funny because the point of the mission we ignore. It says to protect Anna. We ignore Anna and then actively threaten Anna. That's the strat. So we have a lot of time after I explain what we're doing, so feel free to get those donations in now. It's a good time to read them. So.
No donations to read at the moment, but if you are tuning in and looking for Dynamite Hetty, we did that run already. Hit exclamation YouTube in the chat to get the link to where you can watch those videos later.
Yeah, so what I'm doing here, essentially Anna is an NPC, so Anna, the whole point of this mission is an escort mission. It is to get Anna to the end of the stage. The thing is, you can despawn the enemies in this, and like it will keep her running. She will still run if you just despawn the enemies, and the way you do despawn the enemies is by running backwards. She did not get stuck on the bench. Good. If she gets stuck on the bench, it almost wastes all the time you save. So no enemies. She's going to run just right to the end. And as soon as she's run, I'm going to wait until she's on the bridge, and then I'm going to spawn a set of enemies so that she gets scared. And that makes her walk a bit faster. And then we're going to wait again until 27 seconds, and then we're going to scare her again to save another second. It's a beautiful strat, and then we have a minute of just anything you want. No hold bars. Just do things. Okay, spawn this enemy. Wait, and yep, that's good. Oh, I almost died. Imagine dying in Anna. So I'm just gonna mess around in the hub world for now. Feel free to make more. Please, people do donate. This is genuinely a really good time to donate because I mess around here. There's also this good luck charm we have called the Barrel Captain. If it's generally a good run if I manage to actually make Barrel Captain in a run. So we're just gonna go over here and we're gonna flawless. Bob McFloaty as well, important character in the game. McFloat.
Is he elsewhere in the hub world, or is he?
I think he is elsewhere. Can't remember where.
He should be.
I don't think he's supposed to be floating. I think
No.
that's right. But yeah, that's the mission. It's a good mission, honestly. Unfortunately, we can't skip it, but yeah, aquatic base here. I'm kind of upset with that aquatic base, but it's fine. It's fine.
I'm going to stop talking.
No, it's fine, Lab.
No, because the next set of
3 minutes, 4 minutes is one of the most difficult tricks in the game. This is known as trial skip. So remember that in Sonic's story we had to do the trials, the missions to unlock Kingdom Valley? Yeah, we're gonna have to do that again. Silver, but a different set of missions, obviously. The main issue is, though, so unlike Sonic, they didn't actually check to make sure the mirror was inactive before the first mission. It is active the entire time throughout trials here at Silver. So I'm not going to play a single mission. We're not going to play a single mission here. I am just gonna do some really crazy, really like just out there stuff and go fast. So how will I do that? How will I go fast? Well, remember those levitation extensions I mentioned? Those levitation extensions, I can use them not only to preserve my speed, but like to regain my action gauge. I'm not getting that SCTD. SCTDs are not my friend today. So I'm gonna go over to this wall. I'm gonna wait to recharge the gauge. Then I'm gonna mash A rhythmically in a way that I like prioritize my upward pushing. And when I get here, I'm gonna do those LEs by using a claw grip. I'm gonna basically let go of A and then hold A on the X on the next frame, and only that frame, to regain my action gauge and keep my momentum, which allows me to get pushed up the wall. And I'm going to climb this 3 sets of geometry here, really. What you see is also not what you get, so I had to sort of memorize where I am and use the visual cues to indicate, oh, this is the part of geometry I'm in, not necessarily the geometry and how it looks and stuff. That's not like how it is, how it be. So I'm basically doing all these tricks, and each one of these inputs is a single frame, which makes this really difficult. There are only really 4 people who've ever done trial skip, 3 people who've ever done it in a run, and I'm the only one who really does it in marathons or at all in attempts nowadays. It saves a significant amount of time because of the load screens. It saves about 2 minutes then in comparison to completing the missions normally. So it's a significant amount of time. If you removed all the load times, yes, it would be slower by about 30 seconds. That just goes to show you how long the load times here are for the trials here. The missions are especially egregious when it comes to load lengths. Mainly the second mission is silver, which is basically just load, hit a portal in a second, load, hit another portal in a second. So that mission alone, I think, is why this is faster. And so this is the third wall. This is the wall that everyone dreads. It's like you're the bully in high school. It's very steep, and if I miss inputs for too long, or if I get like a laggy input where it then extends my fall, I have to redo trial skip all over again. So I'm just going to concentrate here as I do these inputs.
Are you okay with me reading a donation, or should I?
Absolutely, go right ahead.
Alrighty. We have $1 from Tempest Mask 1000. Thank you, Tempest. I was planning on saving this buck until X7, but if we need a donation to read, then who am I to say no? Shout out to Focus, whose ability to break games knows no bounds. Oh, and shout out to the power of other languages and math, that too.
Yay, let's go. I'm a Chinese minor math major. Maybe you've heard that. Yeah, so, so this is, I'm basically doing like 3 sets of recharges on this wall. The first one is arguably the hardest, but now I have to climb this like, this really tricky bit of collision. And if I go too far to the left, I'm going to slip off and fall, and that means I have to then go back around. If I go too far to the right, I'm going to hit a ceiling, and then therefore all my inputs will be less efficient. So I'm trying to like balance silver, and silver is slippery. Like silver very slippery on these, and so I am doing with all my control to basically keep silver in place as I get a full bar again. And I can hover once more here to go up this wall. I need to go high enough so I can hit a tower later in here. Over to the left. This has collision, so fortunately we can just like fly over to it. And once we're here, I can then recharge the bar again one last time. And that is trial skip. That skips all 3 missions, which saves about 2 minutes in Silver's story compared to doing the missions. And it is one of the most, if not the most difficult trick in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
Yeah, I'll say the most difficult.
Yeah.
Well done. Congrats.
I forgot there was a cutscene. You get to see Sonic. Yo, Sonic, hey! Nice.
You get to see more Sonic.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try for this. I need to be careful because I have 1 life. This is a telelaunch on a rock. There's a specific spot I can stand, and then if I time it right, hopefully I'll get it fine.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna stand over here. Turn to the right. Oh, thanks. Yep, okay, cool. Then I got the SCTD. Yeah. So just go over to this area and drop. That's the end of this first section. 15 seconds. Normally takes about
3 minutes?
if you're doing the speedrunning strats, like 1:40 if you're going through the stage normally. But if you're going through the stage normally, like 3, 4, 5 minutes. So yeah. But I feel like I've conquered like an ancient beast, because that trick I spent 10 minutes on the last fastest furs. So I feel, and I got it first try this time. That's a good sign. I'm actually genuine. You can't see my face right now, but I am so stoked. Like,
it was beautiful to see.
I don't know why, but like that trick at fastest first is just my nemesis. So we got it.
Hey, Sonic.
Now it's Sonic.
This is why we buy the purple gem.
Yeah, this is why we buy the purple gem. So I'm gonna do the same little. I didn't get it like in Sonic, but that's fun. I'm so glad I actually got that. Oh my! I can't express how much it was demotivating last time when I messed it up so much.
You may chill now.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna use the white gem here to just homing attack clip through here. Then I'm gonna switch to the sky gem because we're just gonna like homing attack to the left here, and then sky gem. Sky gemming from like a distance will throw Sonic up pretty high. And then I'm just gonna, so Silver's here, cool. I'm just gonna avoid that, and I'm gonna switch to the purple gem. The purple gem makes Sonic tiny and can jump infinitely. Remember that the bar was supposed to be limited? It's not, so you could just do this forever. It's a very, it's a funny strat. There's technically a way we might be able to use a box in a really unique setup to get silver from the start, thrown all the way to this area, but there are two reasons why I don't do that. One, it is not consistent enough to even warrant attempts in like world record attempts. Like I don't even do it in like world record attempts, but it's also just not like combat is the other issue. Yeah, combat is just faster as Sonic, whereas silver it's very slow. I can actually use the white gem for combat here, funny enough, though I want to get hit. So I think that's still too many points. Yeah, unfortunate, but that's me. I couldn't have done anything about it. So this is another results breakout. There are no text box. I wish there was a text box near there because that would mean another result skip in Silver Story, which would be pretty neat. But
yeah. Now we go on to that level.
Stage, Flame Core in Silver Story is the last stage of Silver Story. It's not the end of the run though. We still have Last Story, obviously, which has a few own unique, pretty cool tricks. But in Flame Core, we actually also found another way to add telelaunch or telethrow to the equation. See, there's a lot of tele stuff. We should just call it tele stuff like mathematicians call it eigen stuff. It should just be called tele stuff. I kind of want to copyright that now. So tele stuff, we use telethrow here as part of the combination of tricks is tele stuff. We're gonna use telethrow here by collecting this ring capsule, and you see there's like a little like stump that's left behind. We're gonna use that. This is one of the most ingenious applications of this. I love it. So I'm gonna just like lift it, and then I'm gonna stop it before it bounces, and I'm gonna push it slowly up against this like stump until I can walk on this face. And as soon as I can walk on this face, I'm gonna just use it to telethrow. It's pretty steep. And then I can just throw the like this over to the later part of the stage. I'm slowly going like left and up, as you can see, to angle the box. And yeah, so that makes it, that's so I can like aim properly. If you are like facing like perpendicular to the boxes and you like see it was facing left or right on an object, on a surface, what happens then is like, I want to get this. Ooh. Okay, we're just LEing it, everyone. So we're gonna replace one frame perfect trick with 12.
I wonder how tight LEing here is. So it's very.
It requires it pretty much all the time. So
it's like to get
note
the
to self,
or just to get it.
Need to be worked on. I don't know why.
It's always a work in progress.
Yeah. So the same that's my fault. So I'm just gonna try to go back around. But again, these puffs are scary. Like I never thought I would be so scared of a breakfast cereal, but here we are.
Here we are.
Just gonna give myself more action gauge. So yeah, Silver's action gauge is also a point that I really didn't mention a lot of. His action gauge management is super vital to Silver Story. Why can't I get the SCTD? Explain, game.
Remember,
the thing about Silver here is it actually doesn't matter if you get hit. I mean, it does, but you have recovery because you can hover.
Your first try at luck ran out as soon as King Valley started. Sorry.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to go for something here called a box telelaunch now. So telelaunching works because essentially you've thrown an object in the telefling state, and that keeps it grabbed. Boxes are hard, though, because they rotate really sharply. And because of that rotation, it makes it harder to like predict where it's going to go, and that makes it harder to actually time it. So I'm just going to... We're YOLOing it, pretty much. As soon as I just destroy these enemies, all three of them. What was that? I think I can hear someone on your own end.
Let me move real quick.
So I didn't get it there. I'm going to try one more time, and if that fails, I'm going to go for a backup of not the same strat, but a similar strat called Kerfuffle. Okay, I'm going to try one more time, because I feel like pressing my luck today. This is a very difficult and unpredictable trick, so... Okay, I tried. We're going to wait for the box to spawn. Now I'm just going to homing attack, or not homing attack, teleport dash twice, then lift it. I'm going to do the spinny thing. Oh, not high enough. I'm going to try that again. So this is just physics engine, haha, but it's faster, funnily enough. Okay, I'm still gonna go for it because it's faster no matter what you get it. And I've loved this box. I need to keep and treasure this box for the rest of my life. Okay, this box doesn't love me though, that's unfortunate. So yeah, I just want to... It's called kerfuffle because it looks like an argument. I'm not high enough, so I'm just going to go into this area. Oh well. And now I have low gauge, so I'm just going to be playing it safe. It's another good time for... man, people aren't donating! Donate! I have the stream up on my thing. I see 2719. Ah!
That's right. Please donate.
Please donate! Donate!
If you're looking for a reason to donate, there is that cart emblem bid war for Mario Kart DS
that's
in a
coming
couple,
up very soon.
couple runs. Well, Mario Kart DS is coming up after Mario Kart 8.
Mm-hmm.
We actually do have a incentive for Mario Kart 8 that's already been met, so we'll be doing both the Flower Cup run and the other main run. And but for Mario Kart DS, we have the card emblem bid war. Right now, the only entry is PB Trans Rights, and if that one wins, that's what Shasta will draw. You can donate to back that, or you can donate to submit a new 3-word description, and the winning emblem will be drawn by Mr. Shasta.
Yeah. Also, we're not supposed to do any of what I just did, but that skips the final mini-boss, essentially, and you can go into there, yeah. Yeah, it's Flame Core.
Perfect.
I think this is still looking like a 47 silver, which is still not bad at all, considering my previous performance here at Fastest First was an hour and 26 seconds, which is not my average. I feel redemption, though. I feel powerful having a decent silver in this marathon now. Third time's the charm. It didn't go well in the showcase, the first showcase we ever had. It didn't go well in Summer Showcase. We finally got a good silver. Third try. So this is the final boss of Silver Story. It is the most RNG heavy. There is a way to... So the boss takes 32 hits. 1 puff, 1 hit. And so there's like a strat I use, like a routing I use to try to get 3 hits instantly right here. And then I just need to pick these up, hope they don't explode, and then throw them back. I got enough to do decent, I think. Yeah, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all 5 of those hit. That means I have a guaranteed 220 right now. I need to get another 3 hits from luck in order to get a 150 guarantee. And then I need to get, I think now 4, actually, because that one was destroyed. I need to get 4 hits from luck to get a 150. And if I get another 8 hits or 9 hits from luck, that is what we call the stuff.
The stuff?
I think I'm getting a 150, which is still really good. This is looking like 150 pace, but like the stuff, we call it the stuff because before Trial Skip was ever found, Ontanishu, who is a runner from Northern Ireland, love the dude, got a really good, the best luck that anyone's ever gotten on Iblis Phase 3, which involved getting not 13, because the routing he did actually didn't use the respawning 4 middle ones, which I used. His routing used a was significantly more luck based. I think he got like 17 hits from luck. So that means those puffs didn't explode and still hit Iblis, which is hard because as I said earlier, as Silver, you throw objects in the order you pick them up. Sometimes the puffs will be behind other puffs and they can just explode the set you already have collected. Or they can just blink, if it's like the slightest bit off actually targeting Iblis, it won't hit Iblis because of the distance away from the character. So you need to basically make sure that no puffs like mess with other puffs, and that like you get a bunch of good luck. But this is going to be a 150 Iblis is what we hope for. We don't hope for the stuff. The stuff is like a cherry on top if you even get that.
Good luck with that. We lost Lab. He had to drop off, but thank you very much, Lab, for working with us today.
Absolutely, Lab is a good one. I appreciate more people coming into Sonic 06. So that's the end of Silver Story. A really good run overall, 47. Or even
Great work.
46. 47, 20, 47-19 on what I can see for Silver, which, by the way, just a year ago, world record was 47-25. So you can see how much Telethrow has really saved. It's incredible.
That's definitely a nice find.
Yeah, so we got one more story to do. Whoop, I split the wrong time.
The last.
So we got one more story. It's the last story. And the last story consists of it is simply a stage and a boss. So this is a pretty simple place. You can feel free to say any donations during this part in the first few stages.
We have 3 minutes ago, an $18 donation from Ian Keith. Thank you very much, Ian. He says this, ... This sure is ... a video game.
Yeah, video gaming. That's what we're doing. Also, FYI, this is gonna. I think if everything goes well in the last story here, I think this will be a marathon PB, as in my best time for all stories in a marathon, which shows how sometimes unoptimized all stories is, because you need to be really good at all 3 stories. And yeah, I excel in silver, which a lot of people silver's the one with the hardest, like the sharpest difficulty curve, and so because of that, I gain a lot of time on people in silver. But like, this is still really good, considering this is looking like it'll be sub 250. So well, you know, below the estimate I gave, which is nice.
Fantastic.
That was with a bunch of mistakes still, which that just shows, hey, I'm pretty decent at this game, hopefully. Or maybe I give way too generous estimates, which is both could be true. They're not mutually exclusive.
So how does the last story compare with
last story? Also, high glitchy background at the bottom, very cool. It's like a bunch of it's like a missing no party down there. So last story essentially is Sonic. Mephiles went back in time to kill Sonic when he was with Elise, and now everything, like the space-time rift, is basically just being destroyed because of that, and Sonic is dead. And so they're trying to get the Chaos Emeralds back to re-invoke Sonic with the power of a kiss. Yes. And so this stage involves pretty much all main playable characters of the game except Blaze, who is no longer here for story reasons, and Sonic, who is incapacitated. So you play as this is very similar to, like, if you played SA2. This is very similar to Canon's Core in that there's like a section per character, and they go through a stage each. A stage which, by the way, none of them play in normally. So for instance, Knuckles never plays in like Omega's never in Flame Core. Tails is never in Crisis City. Silver is never in this section of Dusty Desert, for instance, so it's really unique. And this is arguably one of the coolest strats in the game as well. So, here we go with Silver. I got the SSD now. This is... I just want to show it off, hopefully, and I will try for it if I don't get it. Like, I'll try for it multiple times.
Good luck.
I need to get the SCTD, I realize. Oh, no. Maybe? Got it. Okay, so that trick is pretty sick. What I just did was there are these enemies known as Red Eyes of Solaris. Not Soros. I know it very much sounds like that, but it ain't. Essentially, they are position dependent, and so they are position dependent. So they'll spawn in at a certain point in time. And so what you can do is you can have it spawn in, and it then tries to throw things at you. If you hit that spring at the right time, it'll throw a box underneath you, and then I'll land on top of it. And then I can just lift it and then hover to the end of that top of that tower. It is one of my favorite strats. I can't express how much I love that strat. Because it's so ingenious. You wouldn't think to do it, but it works. And it just is so cool. I'm so glad I got it.
This is a game that I haven't played through, unfortunately. If I had, I'd be able to compare and just see just how intense of a change it is.
It's pretty different for most people casually. I think, yeah, there's a lot of cool things, but this is one of the least cool. We play as Amy for a minute, and there's no way to skip any of it. So this is another good time for people to get donations in, or for you to make announcements, because literally, it's a minute of Amy. Unskippable Amy.
So anyone who's looking for Dynamite Heady, as mentioned, there has been a schedule shift. We're doing Sonic 06 right now, and we're on the last story, so we'll be finishing up with that once we're through this story.
We do have a incentive, though. I am doing a glitch exhibition after, which will be very fun. We're going to be doing quite a... are we going through with that or not, Pods? Or anyone here?
Blaze?
Blaze! Blaze!
Blaze?
Blaze! That's what Silver sounds like, of course.
Let me see if I can look that up.
I'm pretty sure we're doing that. Since the run I replaced was an SFIT of 335, and this is going to be well under that, so... So yeah, Amy! Cool. Let's go fast. I'm on my way. You can T-pose on a box thrown like in the same way as Silver, but that's much harder, and it doesn't really save that much time, so I don't go for it. T-posing because Amy doesn't have a Amy doesn't have like a stuttering animation or like a I'm on the edge animation, so she just T-poses instead. Hello?
Hey, I'm still here.
Why are people saying F?
I don't know.
F.
Oh, F's in chat for Blaze.
Oh, I got so confused. I was like, huh? I mean, yeah, this is
I
fast.
wasn't sure
Everyone
either.
gave 4 Fs. That's the name of our yes, that's what we're doing. Thank you. Yes, it's F. It's 2020, obviously. 2020.
Furs, falls, festive.
Yes, fall
first
festivities.
Furry.
Fall, falling something. Final exam. Yeah, so this is the end of the section here. We just go fast as Shadow. No rock launches here, unfortunately. Not that I know of. Gordon will find some, probably. And that's the end of the world. And then we got one boss with arguably one of the coolest boss themes in like history. Honestly, the 06 Solaris theme is a really good theme.
A fistful of fast furries in fall. Thanks, Ian.
Yeah, this is gonna be if this Solaris goes well. Hopefully it does. This could be, sub 250, which is still really good, and we place it at 3rd place on the leaderboards. And that means it'd only be about 4 or 5 minutes behind world record, which I have. So, and considering the amount of mistakes that were made, that's actually pretty good.
That's scary good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my summer best is like 240.28, and world record's 245. So this is triangle time. We want triangles because we want multiple hits, and so we want like these spiky puffs to be like spaced out enough so that we get multiple hits. I'm not getting that though, but it's better than getting no hits, which has happened several times as silver. You have to finish this section as silver, and this is the last time we'll see silver. But this is like the worst section of silver for reasons like that. Like, why do they just explode out of nowhere? This should be the end. So I'm going to switch back. I want to go to Shadow, and now I'm going to move up slightly and then stay at like an equator, sort of like an equator at that new height. I'm just going to move up, and then I'm going to just go right and left, and I'm going to shoot a full thing of these. These have 8 different ones, but normally they don't give you multiple hits. The way I'm standing, it now will, because it's going to hit like the back of the enemy and the arm. So this is going to make this section a bit faster, because we're just going to like, you can see like they have 8 different like thingies, but like Shadow like normally never gets to hit them all at once. So like we actually just manipulate positioning to actually get multiple hits at once, because if things hit at the same time, they're going to override each other, and that means you're only going to get 1 hit. Now, funny enough, I want to get hit as Sonic. I want to get hit so I have invincibility frames to hit Solaris with the attack here, so I'm just going to come up. Whoop, there we go. And then I'm just going to do that one more time after this, and then we're going to switch back to Shadow, and that's the end of phase 1 at that point. There's still a second phase. Now I can switch to Shadow. And I'm just going to move slightly upright and to the right, and then I'm just going to like gently press over so the arm gets multiple hits. You can see like the arm over there to the left is getting multiple hits if I do this properly. I am not sure how to hit an arm anymore. Okay, that's whatever. That's the first phase done. Not the best, not the worst. So end of first phase here. And this is the second phase, so get ready on time. When the boss's gauge is depleted here and the screen freezes, that's time. Oh, okay, I'm just going to start that immediately, thanks. I've never had that happen. Game's like, no, instant no, caution,
oh, wow.
Warning, no.
So I'm on a 5-second delay here, but yeah, I saw it too.
Switch to Shadow, and now we're going to use the same multi-hit strategy to defeat Solaris Phase 2, but we're going to do it from the top right corner. And so we're just going to mash A lot, which fits with Shadow with what we've done, funnily enough. Even the boss strategies have basically the characteristics of their main gameplay style, which is totally unintended. We're fighting the Hylian crest here, obviously. And time is going to come up as soon as... yeah, this is not the best Solaris, but it's Solaris. It's an RNG heavy fight. Oh, wow. This boss just doesn't want me. Okay, and... should be one more hit. Time. Okay. 250.31 on my end. Not bad. That's about 5 minutes out of world record exactly, so pretty good.
That's
For such a
phenomenal.
long, for such
Yeah.
a long run, yeah, that's pretty good.
Congratulations on a fantastic run.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what my summer best is now. Oh wow, I got 2 minutes of golds in that. Okay, I'm scared. Told me.
That was incredible.
Oh gosh, wow, my summer best. So before the run, it was 240 like 26 or something, 240 48. Now it's 238 28. Ooh, there are some really good moments in there, some really ones, but overall that was really sweet.
So tell us about the incentive that's coming up.
Oh, the glitch exhibition. Oh, the glitch. You thought this game, you saw everything here and you thought it was broken already. No, you haven't seen anything yet. I'm going to do 2 different sections. I'm going to do some stuff here that is not multiplayer required, and then I'm going to do some multiplayer specific stuff. I'm actually going to switch profiles over to... Actually... do I have a profile with this? Actually, I'm going to go back into Sonic's section and buy the red gem right here. I'm going to go back into Sonic's area. We're going to buy the red gem. I think I have enough money. Yeah, I'm sorry that you only need to see the perfect run, but you are going to get to see the perfect glitches. How long do we have? I need Blaze's thing. I want to just see how much we have in terms of time here, and I want to make sure I'm doing this properly because this is going to be a good moment. I'm going to go into here because there's a lot of good stuff I could show off here. Like a lot, too much, honestly. This game is a never-ending, like, there is so much that this game offers in so many different fields. So
It's one of the things it's infamous for.
yeah, but it's in a good way, honestly. When you know how to like deal with it, it's so good. So when is the so when was Dynamite Heady supposed to finish? If you could give me that time.
It was supposed to finish at 3:06, so we've got 40 minutes.
Oh, you all are in for a ride. Okay, where do I start? Where do I start? I'm gonna show the garbage, yeah. So this is I'm gonna start with this because it's potentially this is the one where I can't menu anymore. Glitches are only in my head.
I'm being corrected. You have 15 minutes.
Okay,
Still, hopefully enough time to have some fun.
should be. I was gonna show off something that took 10 minutes to set up. I showed that last time actually. So that's we can actually in using at the time before Dusty Desert in Silver Story, you can actually do a bunch of text storage stuff, and then it allows you to you can do a bunch of text storage stuff, and that allows you to basically in the area, the level of Dusty Desert, load in the actors' objects and stuff from the castle town, so you get to see all the NPCs permanently falling through. Funny enough, one of the only people who isn't floating or constantly dying is actually Bob McFloaty, who is on stable ground, and so we jokingly say that this is like his native state, his native homeland was Dusty Desert. It's where he was meant to be. So I'm actually gonna go to the end here. This is a trick where I'm going to say if you have epilepsy or are prone with flashing images, please be careful, because this is gonna be something. This is known as the garbage, and for good reason. It is garbage. This trick, so you can see sometimes that there are these like wind-powered rails, and they do deactivate after some time. I'm meaning, by the way, pretty seriously, please, if this, like, I don't want to hurt anyone's like eye, so I'm just gonna say again, please be careful here. So you know how we have the homing attack whiff? We can do it on this, and what it does is this. And remember that these are temporary, these rails. So as soon as the rail despawns, the game is gonna perpetuate this forever, which is great. And that means it'll just continue until I hit a something. The thing is stopped. Okay. And that's the garbage, everyone. It's garbage. Technically, I've been able to actually use that to finish the stage, and it's the funniest thing ever. You can just wait for the rail to spawn, homing attack, and then just hope it hits the end trigger. It hit the end trigger, and it's the best moment I've ever had in Sonic 06. What other good stuff would there be? Oh yeah, I don't think I have a save file for it, but just trying to see something really cool. I'm gonna try this in Dusty Desert as Silver. Remember that we did a Chaos Control in Shadow Story where we used our corpse to hit a checkpoint and then reloaded there. There's a similar exploit here that's just for funny. So this was what we previously used to do as silver. This is what we did before telethrow was found. So this was the older strat we did. We would take this pot, we would put it on its back, and then stand on the top of it if it, you know, we love it. We could stand on top of it, and we could nope. This is what I'm saying when I don't control the speed at which pots move. Just gotta wait and get a good angle, hopefully. There we go. Now I'm gonna land on top of this door. Then I'm gonna hover over to here, and then head over on this out of bounds area. So there's gonna be a and so hopefully I can get this set up. It's a little bit finicky to set up, but yeah, this is the former one. We did an LE here, and we would just go for it. So this is the difference in speed in LE. This is what you normally fall at in terms of forward speed. This is the LE. You can see the difference. It actually does store speed, which is really useful. It's like the slight optimizations always help. So I'm going to hit this checkpoint. Notice that there's another clone silver there. Hi. That's going to come in handy later. We're going to do something here. I'm going to destroy all these enemies by just, you know, the best way to destroy these enemies is to stand. There you go. Very good set of enemies. I'm going to then try to get one of these balls. They explode. So I need to be careful not to, like, not drop it for too long. I need to hover, grab, hover, grab, hover, grab. I'm going to see if I can get this. So I want it on top of silver. Oh, I had rings. No. I can just actually do this again. I can die. So I need to have no rings. Remind me to grab no rings, and you're going to see what happens. No rings. I don't want rings.
No rings. No.
I'm going to grab these rings and then get hit, though, because I don't want to step on those rings when I'm hovering back. I'm also going to grab these rings and then just get hit.
Let's start by getting rid of them.
Cool. Okay, I want to get one of ball. This is orb, technically. Not two of ball. Not two of ball. Not two of ball. Not two of ball. Yes. I can speak, I promise. Okay. Grab, hover. You also don't regain any hover while you are grabbing an object, so I need to be very careful here. Okay, I can't do it. I'm sorry. There's not enough time, and I have to go to the multiplayer stuff. Basically, what would happen there is, if I set that up, I would die, play as the other silver after my death, and then can just do things for like 3 seconds. It's the funniest thing, because it's just like, you die, you get another silver, you live, and then it just warps you out because it's like you've died.
Zombie
That's
silver.
what I'm saying. It's what's used in the later areas. Oh, I'll quickly show something else as well. If those of you who don't know, this game is DLC, and it's actually pretty cool. What is a good piece of DLC to show? Shadows are the most different. So, like, very hard shadow here at the beginning is actually a glider section, and so I'll just show off the first section just to show you, hey, this game is DLC. It's actually really cool DLC as well. Buy the DLC. It's good. Shadows are the most good because look, it's an entire. We didn't see this section in Shadow's story, remember? And now we're gliding through it. It's just so neat, honestly, what they did with all the mechanics. So you can just go, boop, or you can get hit as well. And you can just like damage boost to these. It is so like they actually intended for the very hard modes to actually be in the base game, but they couldn't put it in time, so they released it as DLC. But honestly, it's such a different experience, and I recommend for those of you who have played 06 and thought, to get the Shadow Very Hard DLC and Team Attack Amigo. Those two DLCs are probably the best. And that just goes through there. I'm actually now going to quit, though, and we're going to do multiplayer mode. So this is... Oh, gosh. You thought the main game was broken. You thought the main game was really broken and not well-programmed and funny to look at. Oh, the multiplayer mode is even more so. So let me go ahead and get my controller. Hello? Controller. Did I put them in wrong? No, I didn't. Give me a sec. Now my controller's not responding.
Keep those donations coming in, folks. After Leica's feat run of Mario Kart 8, we have Mario Kart DS, and we have a bid war going on for that Card Emblem bid war.
Great, but I'm still going to try it. Battery malfunctioning. If there are any things you want to announce right now, that'd be a good time to brain freeze.
Sure, yes. So that Card Emblem bid war, right now there's a PB Trans Rights entry, PB Trans Rights emblem, and $15 toward that. You can donate to back that, or you can donate with your own 3-word description for another emblem. Coming up, after this is Leica's run of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Switch. And yes, she's playing with her feet. She'll be doing the Star Cup run, no items, and Flower Cup since we met that incentive.
Yeah. Multiplayer is not DLC. Multiplayer is in the base game. Multiplayer is in the base game. So it's not DLC. Most people don't even know multiplayer is a thing. Fun fact about multiplayer, it was shown in an episode of Breaking Bad. That's not a joke. They played multiplayer mode Sonic 06 in Breaking Bad. If you wanted to have your fun fact for the future. So, I'm going to play as Sonic here. They've actually removed some animations to make the mode run better with 2 people. But, so I have the gems. Hello? Have we swapped?
What? Swapped?
Oh, I'm behind on stream. It swapped over to like the different mode. Whoop. Nothing, it was just a technical error, don't worry. So now I have the gems, right? And you know, they're pretty cool. And I have the red gem, which is... So the red gem literally slows down everything by half, including silver. Sonic is the only thing going at twice at normal speed now. So I'm gonna hit this checkpoint and hold the red gem, and as I die. So how the game corrects for this, but the way in which the game corrects for this is to make Sonic double speed. Everything he does, his animations, his movements, his walking, everything is double speed. In fact, he is so fast, he can homing it. So normally you can't homing attack flip through things. Sonic is so fast that he can just, like, dang, like that. He's just that fast. And this effect will last until you hold the red gem again.
Oh my gosh, the animation. It feels like I'm watching a YouTube video played at 2 times.
I don't think you're ready yet. I don't think you've seen everything.
Whee!
So now I've hold the red gem again. Now Sonic and Silver are at the same location. I'm going to pick up Sonic as Silver right now. I want you to guess what's going to happen, Brain Freeze.
I don't know. Everything crashes.
No, the game actually doesn't crash that often for what it is. The game is pretty stable. We get small, flat, tiny Sonic. I don't know why this happens, but it happens.
What? Why?
So we're slightly oblong. And it's just like rolling. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We can just, if I touch anything, it'll revert back to normal, but you do get like oblong, even smaller purple gem Sonic. He even dies slightly flat, like that. So now I'm actually gonna die Silver again. I'm gonna do that again, but I'm gonna do that in a different way. But see, Silver doesn't even have his like stun slap, like his particle effects in this mode. He just slaps. So I'm gonna do this again, but I'm gonna jump before. So now Sonic is slightly up. His gravity hasn't changed, so we homing attack up now. And if I get over to the water... He's still slightly flat, for reference.
Yeah, he's just like diagonal.
This is where I put the Wide Putin music over the stream at this point.
I can't even begin to imagine how a programming mistake could lead to something like this.
The multiplayer mode was pretty botched together, I think. But anyway, we're gonna do also, if I die with the purple gem, as well, let's die with the purple gem. So I don't remain small, but I have this camera that's constantly centered on Sonic, and it's slight. It's a very slight difference, but it's weird. It is very different. You realize, you're like, oh, what's the difference? And you're like, oh, geez, this is not how the camera works. Like Sonic's in the center of the screen the entire time. It does just, yeah, it's a mess. But if I activate the gem again, I can just spawn it. So You can also throw characters as other characters in multiplayer mode, and this is actually, if I ever run this with like Nick or someone who is in the 06 community, we're gonna try to do multiplayer runs at some point. This would be the strat. Also, funnily enough, if I activate the purple gem and then deactivate it, or sorry, if I activate the purple gem, I now get perspective Silver is about to throw you, which is funny. Anyways, Sonic's gonna bounce, because why wouldn't he? And if, we did not aim well, but if I aimed better, we could have him go to the end goal here. Just let him bounce. I'm holding nothing. In fact, if I hold anything, it'll then reverse direction. So, like, I can just... At this point, if I reverse direction... Nope, okay. This is another point where I'm going to say if you are prone to flashing images, please refrain from seeing, because I'm actually... So the purple gem, one thing it does is if you spam it, the camera just doesn't know where to go. As you can see. Oh, also, really funnily, I'm going to do one more thing, actually. I'm going to have Silver die as well soon. Because there's something really funny, actually. Or, I actually don't need it. I don't think you guys realize that Silver is still at normal speed, but Sonic isn't, and so you can see on Silver's screen. It's just the funniest thing. I love it. Yeah, so I'm gonna reactivate that for just a bit. So I'm gonna actually spam the purple gem over here, and the game is not gonna know where to put us. It's so funny, the camera. Especially when it goes back in bounds. So again, if you are prone to flashing images, I recommend refraining from watching this. Okay, so here's the last warning. So when the game goes back in bounds, it's just gonna, the camera's just gonna go really, really whack. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, I died as I did that. Very cool. Didn't expect to do that. Well, that's another funny glitch. I'm having to do this with two hands and one controller. It makes it harder. I don't think... Whoa, no, stop. Cool. Okay, that's all I needed then. I didn't even get to... I mean, I showed how jank that one is. I'm also now going to do this as Shadow really quick in Dusty Desert, because there's a really funny thing in Dusty Desert. So I'm going to go to Shadow, and that same glitch as Sonic, which respawning at the same point, like a checkpoint, applies to Shadow as well, but doesn't apply to Shadow's like weapons and effects. So you get tiny Shadow with giant Chaos Sphere, which is really funny as well. This will be the last trick I show.
Alrighty.
So we're gonna play through here. Shadow, unfortunately, in multiplayer doesn't have as many like applications practically as Silver and Sonic does. So I'm just gonna go through a Shadow. Oh, please! Oh, those rings don't. Some rings just don't light dash, and it's really cool when you try to light dash and you're like, oh, whoops. I'm gonna just clip through this wall. Gonna get this one, and then I'm going to die by clipping out here. I should be able to clip out here. If not, I can just hit spring. Where is it? Hit. Oh, nope. Knee. Just die a slow death as Silver dies a quicker one. Why do you do this, Shadow? Okay. Even when I try to be the funny, the game doesn't want to give me the funny. Okay, so... forget how it looks! I forget how it looks sometimes. I love it. 5'11" versus 6 feet. But look at the spear.
Oh, wait. Okay, I had my screen small, and now I see... Oh my god! Oh my god! I see it now.
It's so funny.
Couldn't tell what I was looking at first. Yikes! Why?
It's so flat.
Yeah.
And then it's like so wide as well. It's like wrong.
Paper Shadow.
I don't understand why it's even like this. Well, Buck Fables is going to be around since this is a good way to end the glitch exhibition. I can also do one other thing, which is if I can clip out here as Shadow, which I should be able to. I've been able to do it as every other character. There we go. do one last thing. Gonna go over, gonna clip out his silver as well, which involves just a teleport dash, ETD. Not the one where I have to hold, fortunately, but I'm still multiplayer. It's harder to get these sorts of clips because the normal visual cues I don't have. Is this gonna work? This game sometimes doesn't like to make sense, I think, as you've realized. Can I actually throw Shadow him in here? Wait, I might be able to, actually. This would be the silliest trick ever. I'm trying to align Silver with Shadow on my screen, on Shadow's screen. Okay, can I do this? Nope, that's the wrong button. It's the wrong button. And end of the stage. I can just finish as Shadow, like that. Here you go.
Beautiful.
And so that is Sonic 06, everyone. It's unfortunate Pause didn't get to run. I really was looking forward to, honestly, Super Mario Galaxy 2. But I'm so glad we got to show off all stories and a bunch of funny glitches, which made it really, really good.
Yes, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you, and congratulations again on a successful run.
Yeah, it was really nice. I will be back again, actually. I'm going to be hosting tomorrow, and I also have an X7 run on Sunday, so this is not the end of Focus. Should be, but it was really fun. Make sure to donate. Trans Lifeline is a really good cause, and I'm really glad that we're supporting it here.